see. There we are. Hi, guys. Hello, hello, hello. What's good? What's poppin'? Hello, Anurag. Welcome in. Hello, Aristocrat. Welcome back. It's good to see you guys. Hi, Pasta. Hi, Dark. Thank you for being here, Dark. Hi, Ron May. Welcome in. Ruan May? Did I say that right? I don't know. Marion. Welcome in, Marion. Hello, hello. Another day with Vampire. Hello, Nicodemus. Hi. Oh my gosh, it's so cool to see some of you again. Thank you for joining yesterday. I had so much fun, and thank you for popping in today, too. That means a lot to me. Thank you. Okay, so we started this game last week. Hello, Yuta. Welcome. We started this game last Thursday. Played it for about 3-ish hours. I tend to get kind of invested in it. For a quick recap, I'm sure some of you maybe know this game. Hello, Tesser is live. Welcome, welcome. If some of you know this game, that's awesome. If some of you don't, let me give you the quick recap of where we're at. Hazuki, I'm so glad you like your card. I think I got them to everybody. There might be like 2 people who I still need to find their Mazoku accounts. But I think everybody else has gotten theirs. I am going to be talking to the card boss man about maybe doing another stream just with the giveaways, because I do still have cards left. But well, I have to kind of check into that, but I will let you guys know. So there might be another opportunity to get some later down the line. I hope so. Anyway, I'm sure he'll be fine with it, but I'm gonna ask anyway. Didn't change the text. The link is still good. Okay. Hello, Quintino. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so in this game so far, we are playing a dude who is an artist, and he gets turned in by a vampire. He gets turned into a vampire, and he almost gets executed. But then this hot lady, Sophie, her name is Sophie. She kind of swoops in and saves us, and now she's kind of like our mentor. And she got us like an apartment and stuff. And we've been there for a couple nights, but we're on like night 3. It says, yeah, well, night 3. It says right there. Hello. Hi, Kai. Welcome, welcome. No ASMR voice is so different. Yeah, I've been told it's like, so I'm surprisingly loud for what my, I feel like my voice is kind of the same, but like, I don't know. I don't know. I think people are just kind of surprised by how loud I am. Wow. Oh, let me turn those up so you guys can hear them, because those are real quiet right now. Real quiet. I didn't even hear it. All right. Let's go ahead and get going. Also, I may or may not have ordered nuggets like right before I started my stream. So, I may have to jump up at some point and grab those, but that's about it. Alrighty. Ooh, they picked up my order. Nom nom nom. Okay. So, that's the log. So we need to rest. Okay. You're gonna hydrate every time you eat a nugget this time? No. Pasta, no. Hi, Renoine. Welcome in. Oh, sorry. I think I accidentally clicked. You have these past few nights in a windowless room. As you pry open the reinforced steel door, you look out into the window and see, invariably, a sky bereft of light. And then it hits you, the hunger. For a moment, you let yourself wonder if there will ever be a time when it's not there. Given what you've just learned thus far, you probably have just as much of a chance of kickstarting your heart with jumper cables. Is there music? Can you guys not hear the game? There should be music. Oh. Okay. You should be able to hear things now. There we go. You lock the door and head over to Sophie's. Oh, fuck. Cough. The cough. Goddamn. Sorry. You lock the door and head over to Sophie's apartment. You did promise to call on her. Might as well not keep the lady waiting. But hey, what else are you gonna do? Call M? She's probably worried. At least she will be. M is his sister, by the way. At least she will be once she actually tries to give you a call, which might not happen for a few more weeks. Months if she's busy doing press for her new piece. Where's my chat? Where my chat at? There it is. Hi, Safendra! Yes, we're doing Vampire the Masquerade, VN. Okay. You could try to track down your sire, if the sheriff hasn't done that already. After all, he did buy your painting. There has to be a money trail, right? But even so, what would you say to him? These thoughts put you in a weird mood. It's a strange sensation to walk the crowded streets, same as you have many times before, but feeling so disconnected. All these people, you're not one of them. Not anymore. You're a vampire, kindred, and you need to carve your own path in this strange new existence, one way or another. Appropriately enough, you arrive at Sophie's building just as that thought crosses your mind. A quick word with a security guard, and you're led into the elevator. Apparently, Ms. Langley is expecting you. Of course she is. You knock and wait patiently as the footsteps on the other side grow closer. Finally, the door opens and Gregory, Sophie's driver, invites you in. You find the lady herself standing by the window, silhouetted against the city's midnight glow. She stares out motionless, like a marble statue. Oh, she's so pretty! Ugh. She's so pretty, y'all. She's so pretty. She stresses me out. Hey, am I, interrupting something? That's my man voice, by the way. Hi, Saviko. Welcome in. Good to see you. What's up? Hi, Michael. She doesn't react immediately, but seems to snap out of some meditative state and looks at you with strangely bleary eyes. Yes, you are. But that's all right. I've been meaning to ask you something. When you look out at the city, when you see the lights, hear the hum, smell the rain on the pavement, what do you think about? You gaze out. You thought the city couldn't surprise you anymore. You lived here all your life, after all. But tonight something feels different. You realize in this moment that you truly have changed. Hello, thank you so much for the follow, Tet Welcome in. Welcome. Mwah. Yes, you know what Sophie means. The way she gazed out that window and saw the truth beyond, you do the same. The view is fascinating, each detail absorbing, every angle a new experience. The familiar made sublime. When you turn to Sophie again, she smiles at you knowingly. Ah, so you do understand. I had my doubts, but perhaps we are of shared lineage after all. You see, the blood that flows within me is that of Clan Toreador. Oh, okay. There are 13 such bloodlines among us kindred, though that number seems to have been contested in the past, and these nights it seems that nothing is certain anymore. The clans have gone by many epithets over the years, but the names used these nights have their roots in medieval times, the original Inquisition, if you can believe it. They used these to categorize us, describe our inherent differences. In time, we adopted them ourselves. Each clan has a uniqueness about it, inescapable, originating from an ancient progenitor carried from sire to child. For the Toreador, the gift lies in a sensitivity of sorts. We are uniquely attuned to beauty and ugliness both. We can see either where most cannot. A blessing on most nights, occasionally a curse. The sheriff is of my clan as well, although you'd be hard-pressed to see him as much. As such. Poor Kadir. It breaks my heart to see him in this state. Still, there is a beauty to it as well. Nothing like a good fall from grace. Damn. That's crazy. Try as she might to act playful, you can tell she genuinely cares. She lets her gaze wander for a brief moment, but is quick to regain her composure. Then there are the Ventru. Is it Ventru? Ventru? Okay. Known for their pride and a proclivity to rule over others. The prince represents that clan, as is quite common in our society around the globe. While the Blue Bloods think themselves rulers, the Bruja like to see themselves as preeminent revolutionaries. They call for universal rebellion, well, being slaves to their own temper. We don't discuss the rabble much anymore, but not after they've largely broken off with the Camarilla. To think they were philosophers once, long ago. Venture posh buttholes, hell yeah. I hope to tell you more about some of the other bloodlines tonight. Yeah, how can you tell?
Say I meet a vampire for the first time. How can I tell what their clan is?
Usually you cannot, with a few exceptions perhaps, but some clans, the uniqueness I mentioned bleeds into their appearance or disposition, but even that can be misleading. Oh my god, my chicken's here! Hold on a second, guys. Hold on, chat. Hold on, I'm coming back. I gotta get my chicken. It's raining outside, I want my chicken to get soggy. Okay. Okie dokie. I am back. I have my chicken. Sorry if I sound a little out of breath. I just ran up like 3 flights of stairs. Do you enjoy HC trigger like the ear? I think I know what you're talking about. No, they hurt my ears. They hurt my ears. Alrighty, let's get this chicken situated. Hi, Autismo. Welcome in. Hello. How you doing? Why are you eating my family? Oh, because you're a burb? I'm eating your people. I'm chewing on them. Oh, but well, I'm about to. Sorry, y'all. I know we just got started, but I want like a bite. Oh. With the lemonade? Yo, did you hear that thunder? Holy shit. Okay, well apparently there's a thunderstorm going on. So that adds ambiance, I guess. Okay. But even that can be misleading. Outside of a few very specific cases, knowing one's clan is less important than understanding who they are personally, what drives them, their wants and needs, weaknesses too. Speaking of which, we come to the reason I wanted to speak to you tonight. It is customary in our society, especially among younger kindred, to organize into coteries. Sometimes, these are called by the prince themselves or mandated by a fledgling sire. You have a mega lack of vitamin D. Dude, one time when I was in college, I was like, why am I fainting all the time? Well, I was fainting because I had an eating disorder. I wasn't eating, but that's beside the point. Um, oh, I'm not eating food. Why am I fainting? I have no idea. But I also had blood work done, and the nurse literally looked at it and told me that it was the lowest vitamin D she'd ever seen in a living person. Those were her words, not mine. This is the lowest level of vitamin D I've ever seen in a living person. And I was like, that's crazy. That's crazy. I don't leave. I don't go anywhere. Okay. In our case, you may treat it as more of a strong recommendation. I want you to seek out companions, not only because you need to learn more about our society, but also because it's useful. So you need some D? Tell me about it. True friendships are rare among kindred, but having allies, even temporary ones, is something of a necessity these nights. We might be selfish creatures, but we are drawn to each other nonetheless. Oh. You're so freaky. Okay, where should I look for allies? Do you have your own coterie? What if I want to go it alone? I feel like I'm nosy and I want to know more about her, so I do want to ask this. But I feel like this might be more useful, you know? In terms of like learning stuff. Does that make sense, y'all? Mm-hmm. Allies for sure. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Sorry about the crunching, guys. I promise. I'll try to mute when I crunch. Oh man, I'm hungry.
Any suggestions on where I should start looking?
I was just about to get to that. She puts on a mysterious smile. I spent some of my precious time last night asking around, pondering potential kindred for you to meet. I came up with a short list of contacts. I hope you'll appreciate the gesture. Hi, Des. Welcome, welcome. Oh, okay. In order to get this FNTV emote added, just put a link to the exact emote that you want in the chat. And then I'll have, I think Dark has permission, he can add those. So just send the link to the emote that you want. Forging a partnership with them might offer perspectives and viewpoints that I cannot provide, lenses through which to view our kind. They are all members of the Camarilla, of course. More or less.
You're choosing friends for me? No. Thanks, I guess. That's just rude.
Okay, who are they? Yeah, I feel like that's...
Alright then. Let's hear it. Who's on the list?
Eager to learn about them, I see. Good, I'm glad. So, let us start with the Tremere. Is it the Tremery? The Tremere? The Tremery? The Tremere? The Tremere? 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 How do we say this? Darknum. Darknum. Tremere? Okay. Okay. They're a powerful clan. Disliked by many, but feared and respected by many more. They have been an important pillar of the Camarilla since the very beginning. They are blood sorcerers. Blood sorcerers? Hey, yo, that's exactly what I just said. Blood sorcerers. Oh, that's funny. You could swear you once saw them play at the Apollo. Probably not the same blood sorcerers, though. Yo, he bro's thinking about his black metal bands. Sophie snickers. Oh, child, don't be caught in that look on your face when you meet a warlock in person. They are really adept at using vitae, their own, well as others, to unique and potent effects. Vitae? Vitae? It would be vitae if it was actually, like, Latin pronunciation. Since they are quite rigid in their hierarchy, The kindred I had in mind for you might need some persuading. His name is Agathon. From what I hear, he's quite the scholar, very ambitious, the child of a noted Tremere here in New York, Eiling Sturbridge. Eiling Sturbridge is such a fuck-ass name. Spend enough time with Agathon, and I'm sure you'll run into her sooner or later.
Ooh. The whole blood magic thing sounds intriguing.
Oh yes, fascinating. It is a well-kept secret of the Tremere, and don't expect them to share it right away. Some things have to be earned. Anyway, if you wish to contact the young Tremere, I hear you can usually find him in a New Age bookstore out on Broadway. The Tremere have one of their workshops there. Gregory will give you the details. Now, this next recommendation comes with a bit of a caveat. As you recall me saying, most bloodlines have unique features that might not be obvious at first glance. Well, there is one clan whose members wear their curse on their sleeve. The Nosferatu.
The Nosferatu?
Nosferatu? Oh! The Nosferatu.
Wait. Nosferatu? As in the German expressionist classic? No way.
No wonder they make their heavens in sewers, abandoned buildings and such. Their appearance is hideous and obviously unnatural. Had they walked the streets along with the other kindred, the kind would have learned of existence long ago.
Ugh. Did she just shudder? It's hard to tell with her usual complexion, but you could swear her skin suddenly took on an even more sickly color.
The one I have in mind isn't as big an eyesore as the worst of them, but he's no Adonis either. Still, he has some talents and connections that you might find useful. His name is D'Angelo. He has an office, for lack of a better term, in the otherwise abandoned grain terminal in the Red Hook, right next to one of those Swedish stores. The name escapes me. The ones with the awful furniture.
Oh my god, that's so funny, Chad. I'm actually going to IKEA tomorrow with my mom. I'm actually going to IKEA tomorrow.
That's funny.
Or I think I'm planning on it. I don't know. What? A Swedish furniture store? You mean IKEA?
Yes, that's it. My mind struggles to retain things that are aesthetically displeasing.
Oh my god! She's got jokes. I like her. Well, you guys already know I like her because I was crashing out about her last stream. So you guys already know that, but alright, it's nuggy time, by the way. Oh.
I'll be chomping, bro. Straight up chomping.
Yeah, they are weird names, but I don't know.
I feel like most vampire stuff has weird names. Thank you for the hydrate pasta. I'm gonna glorp. Thank you.
Starting your second job next week. Oh, wow. Juggling multiple jobs is hard, but I have faith in you. It is hard, though. It's a lot of work. A lot of, like, lost sleep and a lot, but good job.
Hello, Goku. Welcome, welcome.
Also, why is she such an IKEA hater? I mean, it's good for, like, ideas. But I don't really, I mean, IKEA hater. What do you mean? Just because you can't eat the Swedish meatballs doesn't mean you have to be salty about it, bitch.
Okay. Sorry, I'm like glorping water. It's a whole thing. I have water and lemonade. Don't worry about it. I'm a drink goblin. I always have like multiple liquids. Okay. D'Angelo does odd jobs for Kadia. digging up dirt, locating kindred who would prefer to remain hidden, the kind of work the Nosferatu are the best at. He's on a case right now, something to do with Kine murders, I think. After your initial brush with our dear sheriff, I think it would be wise to show some goodwill towards his agenda. Assisting D'Angelo with his investigation might just be the thing.
Hell yeah.
She takes a brief pause to look out the window again. Now come the two more exotic proposals.
Hey, yo. Exotic? As if the blood mage and the vampire detective were business as usual?
You may have heard about the Gangrel before. They are a wild clan, in touch with their beast in a way that others might not dare to accept. They mostly keep out of big cities, but there are exceptions. Nominally, they haven't been part of the Camarilla for over 2 decades, but the one kindred I would like you to meet has strong, shall we say, familial ties to the sect. Her name is Tamika. Her sire, Jezebel, was instrumental during the Battle of New York back in 1999. The very same battle that cemented the city as a Camarilla domain. Sadly, her achievements have gone largely unrecognized. Tamika and her number of her siblings still reside in the domain where they were awarded after the battle, Prospect Park. Jezebel herself left the city some time ago, fed up with being underappreciated. Oh, you have Mexican food? Fuck yeah.
Okay. Anything more about Tamika?
You mentioned siblings. That's what I get for eating on stream. Should I contact non-Camarilla clans? Probably not. That just seems like a silly question. Siblings.
Siblings. Actual biological brothers and sisters?
No, not in the mortal sense. The Gangrel sometimes use the word brood to indicate children, maybe? Begat by the same sire. As you can probably tell, they do have the whole animal motif they do take the whole animal motif quite far. I'm not sure how many of them there are, but they are rumored to be a tight-knit group. The Gangrel often act on instinct, so when you meet Tamika or her siblings, be careful not to slight them. Welcome in, Peter Gale. Thank you for the hydrate. I'm a glorp. Hold on. I'm glorping. What kind of Mexican food do you have, Sora? I'm jealous. Well, I'm not jealous because I have chicken, but... They are easily provoked and can hold a grudge for a long time. I speak from experience. So, you see, seeking out Tamika could prove quite educational, if nothing else. And who knows, perhaps you will find her temperament to be a welcome change of pace. But, speaking of a change of pace, I have one last suggestion for you, though it's one I don't make lightly. The kindred who calls herself Hope. She's a Malkavian. They are a uniquely cursed clan. For centuries, we considered them mad, insane, unhinged, but those of us who spend enough time with them come to understand the truth. It is no sickness, but a unique perception of the world that has made them appear to us as unstable, and that perception can prove to be very valuable. Having a Malkavian as your companion might be taxing on the nerves and a true test of patience at times, but their insight and intuition are unrivaled among kindred. As for Hope, specifically, she's said to be a recluse, but I have it on good authority that she can be currently found in an internet cafe, I believe it's called, in Lower Manhattan. Gregory has the address. Manhattan. They're going to Manhattan. She doesn't sound like my type. An internet cafe quaint. Where did you learn about Hope? Oh, buh. What do you mean she doesn't sound like my type? Am I gay? I think I'm gay. I think my character's gay. That might be why.
Vampire only laughing, Guillermo. Vampire only laughing. Vampire only laughing. How is it? How? What is it? I'm flying master. I feel like how does it feel? I feel like a vampire. You are not a vampire though. Stupid. Oh my god. Mod only laughter. Oh heck, spicy. Uh-oh. Okay, internet cafe quaint. Internet cafe. Really? How quaint. American only laughing. Oh. I really wouldn't know. But since you brought it up, be aware that the Camarilla is highly critical of using the internet to communicate. The Second Inquisition made sure of that. Exercise caution when at her haven. Well, I believe that's all of them. I still have a few social calls to make tonight, so I leave it to you. Use tonight and tomorrow to arrange for some cordial visits of your own. I will send Gregory for you as soon as I have further need of your services. Oh, that reminds me. You will need a car. Join us downstairs, won't you? Yo! She smiles once more and turns to her driver. He helps her put on her coat, and and the three of you leave Sophie's apartment. Sophie points to one of the cars near the building as Gregory hands you the keys. It's a rather inconspicuous, compact car, a decent-looking, if not luxurious, ride. Stay safe, Seb. This is your first night alone. Don't let it be your last. Damn. As they drive away, you find yourself with more freedom than you've had the last few nights. A blessing or a burden? Time will tell. With a list of addresses in your hand, you consider your next move. Oh! Alright, let me consider my next move and eat a fry while I'm at it. So I guess I get like a lot of freedom to move around in this game, which is pretty fire, in my opinion. Yeah, like you can only make so many moves per night or whatever. Hi, Dante. Welcome, welcome. Because, like, that makes sense. Dark will be playing soon, though. Yes, Miriam! Yes! Mm-hmm. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you for the hydrate. I'm gonna glorp. Ah. Slurping and glorping, in fact. More Vampire the Masquerade, yes! Yeah! I've been looking forward to this all week. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Alright, we're gonna go... we're gonna go here. I really want to see her. I want to see her. She's fucking hot. It's a quiet, moody internet cafe. We drank the blood of some people, but the people were on drugs, and now I'm a wizard. I'm so glad you're having fun with that show. I'm so glad you're having fun with that show, Aaron. Aww. Half of its space serves as a comfy coffee bar these days, but behind a glass wall, it still has a space dedicated to rows of PCs. From the street, you can notice tired adults in casual clothes typing away absent-mindedly, and some bored kids wasting late evening hours on colorful online games. If Sophie's intel is to be believed, this is where Hope has set up her haven. One of the waiters is standing outside the building, gazing at the sky with a smartphone in one hand and a vape pen in the other. You approach the man and tell him, "Oh! I feel like this is kind of reckless." Thank you for the horn pot, Sora. I guess, Uh, I'm here for professional reasons. My superior appointed me to this place and told me I can meet a person called Hope here. Can you help me out? He releases a soft chuckle. Professional reasons? Come on. The man slowly takes a drag from his e-cig, sizing you up and down in silence. After a long, awkward moment, he raises his voice again. Come, right this way. He heads back into the cafe and you follow his lead. When you make your way into the through the space with computers, no one averts their gaze from the spreadsheets, emails, Facebook profiles, or games of Fortnite. Fortnite? Fortnite mention. Fortnite mention, chat. Sorry, yes, I had so much fun playing Quiplash last night. I had so much fun playing Jackbox in general last night. That was so fucking fun. It's a common sight, one you wouldn't have paid much attention to a few weeks ago, but now it seems unnervingly quaint. Why would they be spending their time like this if they were immortal? The waiter unlocks an unassuming door at the end of the room and lets you inside. You two swiftly make your way through a labyrinth of sterile gray corridors, taking confusing twists and turns. Because Fortnite is a Fortnite Battle Pass. Fortnite is a fun game. I just haven't played it in a long time. Feels like you're traveling into a different world, crossing one invisible portal after another. Eventually. Whoa! That's cool. I like this background. What the? That's so cool. Eventually, you reach your destination. Your guide motions you to enter a dark room with a lone source of pale light, a computer screen in the distance beckoning you to come closer. As you do, you hear the door shutting behind your back and a short chuckle echoing behind it. Is this the place? Nothing else to do but sit on a chair in front of the computer. The monitor displays a modern chat application. The cursor is blinking in the user nickname entry field in the middle of the screen, obviously expecting you to input your handle. After a brief consideration, you type in my name, I guess. I'll gladly play with you 1027. I just have a disgusting amount of hours and we had to carry you. Yeah, that's the thing is I used to be okay at it. I don't have that many hours. I got into it. I didn't get into it till last year, actually, because I successfully avoided being a Fortnite player until last year. But I just haven't played the last few months. I was really into it like every single day for a while, but I don't know. I would love to like jump in on VC sometimes. I was actually thinking about doing that, like just in afternoons, like on weekends or something. Just put in the fucking, just jump in the Discord and just hang out, maybe play some Fortnite with people. I think that would be pretty fun. Sev, better play it straight and prove you have nothing to hide as a gesture of goodwill. After a few seconds, the chat window opens and messages start appearing on the screen in quick succession. Hostage executioner. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm so horny. Both you and me both. Wait, who is Sev? Sev? No idea. What in the hell? Was anyone informed? No, it's meant. At Jerry 2010? Okay. Jesus fucking Christ. I don't have a wank rag. LMAO. Oh, for sure. No, for real. Was meant for Jerry. LMAO was meant for Jerry, of course. Not much longer. Yeah, Jerry is a chat MVP. I mean, I've been into far worse things on here. God, this is just y'all. God, I'm so horny. This is y'all. Honestly, literally, who cares? Both you and me both. Who is Sev? Okay, let me. Welcome in, Roland of Rivia. Welcome. The chat goes silent. Everyone's seemingly waiting for you to say something before proceeding. This must be a close-knit group. Better say something before they kick you out. I mean, who are you people? Or I'm a vampire. Bruh. I feel like that's not, I feel like we're not, let's not do that. Thank you, Sabiko, for that CBAT. I guess I can just play it straight, right? Looking for Hope. Is she here? Who the fuck are you? Meant to be a safe channel, investigating what went wrong. How did they even get in here? Stay calm. Can you get your location, Jerry? That's our Jerry. Gonna DM it to anyone. Oh boy, you're in trouble now, Sev. You're gonna regret, dumbass, the day you decided to spy on us. the separation. It's so accurate. Ooh. Your blood fires up. Ancient power. Sorry, I forgot to read that one. Ancient power starts coursing through your veins, fingers tapping the keyboard buttons on their own. You people better stay quiet if you know what's good for you. You have no idea what you're messing with. You will obey me. The chat goes silent once again and then it explodes. Ha ha ha, what am I looking at here? I started typing properly. I had no idea you were messing with. I would be so pissed if I missed this. Oh. Guess your powers don't work online. Go figure. You know your cheeks would turn blood red right now if they still could. Got the info. Nice. You want to die, asshole? You will die. You will die. 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 Fuck, Sam. What the fuck? That's so mean. Actually, this has happened to me on stream before. This kind of thing where they change their names to like bully you. That's actually happened to me before. Sentenced to death for a shitty name that their mom gave to them. Tough shit. I'm literally on my way to kill you right now. Oh my god! Whew. A split second after you read that message, you feel someone's arm is tightening around your neck. The violent return to reality catches you off guard. A jolt of panic rushes through your brain, paralyzing you momentarily. You've come to the wrong chat room, motherfucker. A ridiculous whisper rings out next to your ear, and the grip under your head gets even tighter. You start struggling, but even with your newfound supernatural strength, you're having trouble breaking out. This isn't a normal human you're dealing with. Hold on. Checking the logs for a second. Okay. Last words. Your chat room sucks ass. Should I just be honest and say Sophie sent me here? I feel like maybe just being honest like might be the best bet, to be honest. Like just straight up say it, like, yo, Sophie sent me. I'm not trying to antagonize her. I mean, I even from the beginning was trying to be just like for real. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Help. Help. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna say that. Sophie sent me. I think I'm just gonna say that. Sophie sent me here. Langley? The hand holding your chin shifts its position slightly. Don't struggle or I will break your windpipe. Or my phone, which would end even worse for you. Sounds of a camera shutter and light flashing. Did they just take some selfies with you? Don't put your anxiety on us. Sorry, fam. Alright, that's enough fun. I'm letting you go. We can have a talk. Don't do anything stupid, Mr. Intruder. Pretty please. The mysterious... I can't figure out what kind of voice she has yet, so it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. We'll get there. The mysterious assailant loosens their grip on you and gently pushes you away. You quickly turn to take a good look at them. Let me just finish this. It's a pale blonde woman in her 20s, giving you slightly judgmental looks while rapidly tapping away at her phone screen. First, you notice her outrageous outfit, seemingly thrown together from random thrift store finds. Then, you take note of her tattoos, a sprawling tapestry of odd patterns and designs covering every visible part of her body. At first glance, it all seems aimless, but it has a consistent sense of style upon closer inspection. Her eyes focus on you for a second. Gave you a scare, huh? Sorry. That's what you get for entering a lady's haven without her permission. And she's back to their phone. With her relatively small build, it's hard to believe you had trouble overpowering her physically. But then again, nothing is what it seems when it comes to the undead. And even compared to the vampires you've met so far, she comes off as an eccentric, curious presence. She shoots you another glance, noticing you're still cautious of her. Calm yourself, man. I won't pull anything like this anymore. It's just a... feels stupid saying it out loud. A vibe check. Vibe check! Vibe check. Yeah, I got a glimpse of your vibe on the internet and in a dangerous situation. Gotta say, I've got a pretty good idea about who you really are. I'm Hope, by the way. If you're here, you've probably heard of me, so I went ahead and skipped the pleasantries, but come to think of it, I might have skipped too many of those. Yeah, she definitely fits the description you were given by Sophie. I still can't believe you got so mad online. You actually tried to use your powers on people talking trash about you from who knows where. Jesus. But you know, I kind of respect the dedication. It's amusing. Anyway, don't worry about the chat. It was all just a game to us. No hard feelings. Okay? I'll introduce you properly later. On the monitor, the chatter continues normally. Your visit is like yesterday's news, no longer relevant to anything. But, look, if we're gonna talk about you, you should have something to say too. What are you doing here? About time she asked. Note to self, she really loves the sound of her own voice. Oh, I feel like that's kind of a pushy thing to say. I feel like I'm building a coterie is kind of pushy, and I don't know if I should say that. I feel like that might be most millennial writing I've ever... It is pretty millennial writing, I'm not gonna lie. It is pretty millennial, but it's good, and I fuck with it. And so far, we're an hour into stream, almost an hour into stream, and I haven't seen a single typo, so that's good. Should I go out on a limb and say I'm building a coterie? Oh, you guys... Random person, I want to become adventurous. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Sophie Langley sent me here. Hope rolls her eyes. Yeah, you said that already. You think I'm an idiot or something? I'm only gonna say this once. Please, please, please don't be boring. She starts tapping at her phone again. After a few seconds, some kind of realization dawns on her face and she turns back to you. Wait. Shit! Are you the new Langley plaything? Word seems to be getting around fast. Of course you are! Oh, it was obvious the second Langley got her hands on a new servant, she'd be building a new network. Your emissions tell me that could, like, really come in handy when... Oh, but Langley, that's a risky game. It's kind of an ambition, like, it attracts way too much attention. Piss off. But then again, fucking Kara. She seems to be having a spirited argument with herself. Only parts of it audible. Is it just you, or do her facial expressions and body language change a bit between one sentence and another? Before you can make certain it's not just your eyes playing tricks on you, she focuses half of her attention back onto you. The other half, of course, is still obsessed with her smartphone. Listen, I'm not saying I'm not interested in, cooperation. But before I make a decision, I need you to understand. I need to make sure you sort of understand me, and I sort of understand you. And since I was planning to put on a show before you came here, I propose a little game. Hope absentmindedly spins her phone in her hand, considering how to put her thoughts into words. Then, she approaches the switch on the wall and flicks it. Neon lights flare up, illuminating the room. You take a look around. What in the sex dungeon is going on here? A camera? Brother. The room is certainly unique. It looks like a butcher's room, repurposed to be a living space. The modern computer on the in front of you starkly contrasts the ominous industrial walls. At the back, there's an overwrought bed covered in velvet with meat hooks hanging above it. She's crazy, crazy. On top of the bed sheets, you notice what seems to be pieces of elaborate S&M equipment and a camera. Wait a minute. You want my help? Moderate my cam show. Yes, please. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be great. Cam show. Your eyebrows twitch involuntarily. This is definitely not the kind of request you expected to hear tonight. She notices your confusion. Take it or leave it, buddy. You just became a kindred, but you want to become my partner in crime? Show me you can handle yourself while watching my back in my everyday environment. She's serious. The show starts in 10 minutes. If you think yourself better than this, walk out that fucking door right now. I added the fucking, but it felt right. I won't hold a grudge. I got better things to do. As if to prove it, she looks at something displayed on her phone and cracks a brief grin. Another reply typed down with absurd speed. Tap, 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 tap. 9 minutes, it's now or never. Show moderator, risk of violating the masquerade, high, content warnings. Oh, yeah. So, do you take the job? Why the hell not? Why the hell not? Hope brightens up and her smile looks surprisingly sincere. Excellent! I promise you might find this more interesting. You might find this interesting in more ways than one. Dude, yeah. Give me a second. She spends a minute setting up the computer you used before and then urges you to sit down. The explanation of a moderator's functionalities is simple. It boils down to ignoring anyone who doesn't disrupt the chat, banning anyone who does, and kicking anyone who's causing minor trouble. Actually, yeah, that's pretty much what it is, yeah. 5 minutes later, she's already online, sitting on her bed in a provocative pose. It's a sex show, isn't it? Her voice, previously hushed, rings out with full force. How are you doing tonight, hopefuls? Oh shit, I should do her voice quieter when she's not on stream. Okay. You peek at the chat. Colton, we're not worthy, queen. Fucking A. Angel, hell yeah, time to fuck. Damn! Ignore. You're tempted to try out the kick and ban prompts as soon as possible, but obviously you won't punish someone for a little dirty talk. Thank you! Today's show is quite special. Please welcome our new moderator, Sev. LMAO. Oh, who? Sorry for sentencing you to death earlier. I literally died and still had to be a Twitch mod. I'm sorry, I literally died and still had to be a Twitch mod. It's so funny to me. That is so funny. Oh my god. At least the community here seems to be a bit more welcoming this time. Looks like this place is an established hazing ritual, or maybe they and Hope came up with that one specifically for you. Who knows? You decide to stay silent. Eventually, people stop riffing on you and focus entirely on the star of the show. Alright. Let's start this one off with a bang, shall we? Oh boy, she's gonna do it. What the fuck? I can't believe they allow this game on this app. So, this is where the strip show starts. You raise your head, curious about what kind of performance she's going for. First, she opens her mouth and reveals her retractable fangs in front of the camera. Right off the bat, the audience online is treated to a sight of her wholly human set of teeth turning into a monster's maw. The image is both revolting and fascinating. She raises her left wrist for everyone to see and then bites. The fangs immediately turn her arm into a horrifying, gory mess. It's unclear if she used them to slash or bite, but one thing is for sure.
No ordinary human could cause such damage. If an ordinary human suffered such a wound, you'd expect a geyser of blood to appear, too, but it doesn't. Hope's technically a corpse, so it's impossible. She flashes a monstrous smile and starts smearing Vitae all over her arm, her hand, to maximize the impact of the violent image. Then she starts drinking it up. She makes a point to make the sight as gruesome as possible, looking like a hyena feasting on a corpse. The contrast of her behavior with her look of an Instagram model is stunning. Once she's done, she reveals her wrist to the camera for the last time. She starts making theatrical gestures with her right hand as the wound begins to mend. Shortly after, the wound is gone. It's like a magician's trick. Her left hand looks like nothing bad ever happened to it. Here's an appetizer. First blood to kick off the show. While you're wondering what the hell is going on, Hope catches a glimpse of your bewildered face and turns into your direction. How's that for an opening? You're shooting snuff. You're shooting snuff. That's crazy. Oh, no, I didn't mean to hit. I didn't mean to hit that. That was an accident. You're shooting snuff. Come on, just because it's transgressive violence doesn't mean it's snuff. A brief moment of awkward silence. Besides, if I was shooting snuff, I wouldn't mend the wound. If you expected a strip show, yeah, sorry to disappoint. This is more like, live stream digital art. The erotic subtext, the erotic subtext is there, of course, but you peek at the chat. They're going wild. She did that for free. Love to lick your wrist clean, my fallen angel. Nothing more arousing than a beautiful woman teetering on the edge of oblivion. Damn! Alright. I mean, but eroticism is not the key here. It's vampirism. It's a new frontier, a living art installation. In the early 90s, Japanese artists kept producing these like video types with beautiful women committing gory harakiri. Those are an inspiration. She bares her fangs again in a devious grin. I'm trying to read too fast, that's probably why. But I have no interest in auto-destruction or like turning myself into a victim. This is a celebration of a body I love, not self-inflicted punishment. The audience came here to marvel at a beautiful vampire and her awe-inspiring powers. Mending wounds is just one of these powers. People watching can pay to see more. Oh, and don't worry. The only things the audience can see and hear are the things I allow them to. We can talk freely. Just remember to moderate the chat, will you? High risk of violating the Masquerade. What a joke. She's blatantly breaching it in front of anonymous viewers. Still speechless, you turn your attention to the screen. Muy guapa. I'm feeling generous today. Have you planned your next tattoo yet? Pay for the next attraction. Pink marshmallow raspberry what? Just letting you know you're based. When did these games came out? When did these games come out? I want to shit on these guys in chat, but I know! Oh, this is so meta for me. This is like so meta for me right now. What the fuck? Like obviously like I don't do crazy shit like that, but like it's a little bit meta for me. I'm not gonna lie. Who am I kicking? I'm confused. This guy, Masochist-sama. You guys can't see it because it's blocked by my chat box. His name is Masochist-sama and he just kick. He's annoyed. You give the guy a kick for spamming the chat. A few seconds later, Hope groans loudly. Why the hell did you kick Masochist for? It's normal for people to show their excitement like this from time to time. Ugh, maybe he'll interpret this as his queen hurting him and be grateful, but stop messing up. Girl? Oh well. A special message appears in the chat log claiming someone has successfully sponsored the first goal of the show. Hope smiles and picks up a bag of blood from underneath the bed. It must have been retrieved from a blood bank. She showcases the label and to the camera for everyone to see. Elmod said, "Oh, oh, look! They said if it's a little bit annoying, I should kick them."
You guys said L, so now I'm gonna eat a nugget to make you wait. Oh, thank you for the hydrate pasta. I'm glad we have better mods here. Oh! I'm sorry, I'm a terrible mod. I'm such a bad mod. This is so funny for me. Oh my god. Are you sure about that? Oh my god. Okay. Drink up, drink up, drink up, drink up. Hearts. Hope pours all the contents of the bag into her throat. You have no doubt it's real blood, but wonder why the viewers be so satisfied with something that's so easy to fake. Don't worry. It pays well enough. You don't even bother to tell her. This is not what you're thinking about. Safe to assume she knows. Those chatters are shockingly well behaved so far, considering I know, right? So, what do you know about the kindred and the internet? Have they told you anything? While she's waiting for someone to sponsor her next vampiric feat, she decides to start a conversation. Is there a vampire internet? If you find something that looks like a vampire internet, stay away. See, some of us used to experiment with our own secure networks. We tried to build our own informational hubs and social networks, everything. She's still working the phone in one hand while looking at something under the bed with the other. On how many things can she concentrate at one time exactly? And then one day, the NSA got in. Turns out elders never really got the hang of proper security practices, or the sigils used to smear on their screens didn't exactly work as advertised. Then of course, all of the 3-letter intelligence agencies in the world got into the intel, and a lot of them decided bloodsuckers were the perfect enemies for our post 9/11 times. Ugh, the Second Inquisition came to being. Ever heard of it? A lot of our kind died just because they were too present online. Right now, the remains of our old network serve as government honeypots, kept alive to attract fledglings and hunt them down. You post a certain keyword on Twitter or Facebook, you get tagged for investigation. You fit certain patterns, so you get tagged for investigation. So there's a certain thrill in becoming an online presence without attracting attention from the authorities. She stretches on the bed. I hope you're still monitoring the chat. Of course not. You're not good at dividing your attention as she is. You correct your mistake and check the recent messages. Call of Duty on one screen, drop dead hotness on the second screen. Is this Chad? Is this you? Chad, is this y'all? Is this y'all? Is this all of you? The only woman I don't hate. That's crazy. I don't wanna I don't know what to do. This one I feel like is kickable. This is kickable for me. But I don't want to fuck up again. I'm scared. But if I ignore it and then she gets upset with me because they're like, wait, she's probably a feminist, right? Well, okay, that's not to say it in a negative way. I mean, she's probably I would be upset if someone if someone said that in my chat and did not get kicked for it. I would be upsetty, actually. I'll be a little upsetty spaghetti. We're gonna oh, ignore. Oh, I didn't even read this. Doing a great job back there, Sev. The guy gets banned and Hope gets back to running the show. Fuck! Great job, Sev. Great job, Sev. Great job, Sev. They must have heard her. You messed up. Anyway, yeah. When the Nosferatu admitted to Camarilla, their network got compromised, the elders went batshit insane. Internet communications became strictly forbidden. There were like executions. A lot of people who use social media to secretly contact their mortal families or lovers got offed. Well, that goes without saying. But if you weren't careful, even the most innocent web usage could result in being punished with final death. Thanks to user Dick Steele, the next goal has just gotten successfully funded. Dehumanize yourself in face of bloodshed. She raises her hand. 3 fingers up, 2 fingers up, 1 finger up. The countdown ends and she immediately disappears from the screen like a ghost. You can still see her on a bed, but the live feed indicates there's nobody there. When you deeply focus on the digital image, you swear you can make out some unusual glitching from where her silhouette used to be, but it could very well just be placebo. You ready for this? 3, 2, 1. A flash of the camera. The instant she reappears on the screen, she takes a selfie, sticking her tongue out in a provocative manner. The chat room explodes and cheers again. She is our vampire queen. You briefly wonder about her being glued to the screen. Is this the fantasy everyone is here for? A girl showing off cheap magic tricks while lazily browsing her social media? You realize you're way out of your depth here. Meanwhile, Hope decides to continue her lecture. There were some wild times, especially in New York. Well, most of them have no clue as to our real nature. A lot of clandestine organizations have classified us as national threats. And since this is where the towers fell, the agencies are very much present around here, looking for easy PR victories. The last SI raid here was just a few years ago. It was a big one. Stirred up the hornet's nest something fierce. Well, although it's 2019. Okay, so this came out in 2019. NYC is ruled by someone who embraced before World War fucking II, and the cam as a whole got really spooked and swore off the internet. Of course, they're not as dumb. But I'm having a hard time doing her for some reason. Doing her? I wish. Of course, they're not dumb, and they understand that you can't really coexist with modern kind without the internet. It's a gray zone right now. Like piracy. Technically frowned upon, but let the one without sin cast the first down. The SI is a real threat, though. No joke. But in many senses, the darkest place is right under the candle. You take another look at the screen. We want blood! How about some bat stuff? Can you do some bat stuff? Bat! Oh my god. Bat stuff? A familiar nickname pops up. Masocha-sama. Ignore. Guy seems to be having the time of his life. Good on you, buddy. What? You yelled at me! You yelled at me last time! You're a bitch. Oh, she's a vampire and a bitch. Fuck. Okay. You're just gonna let this guy shit up the chat? Come on, it's your job to react to spam. She lets out a dejected sigh and kicks the guy from the room herself. Can't imagine she's too satisfied with how you handle the situation. Show goes on. Fuck, I'm gonna die, dude. I'm gonna die. She's gonna kill me. Hey, yo. Oh, yeah. Fun fact about being a vampire, we can sweat and pee. If we just, really exert ourselves really hard, some of us can even orgasm. We can even cry, but only tears of blood. Something I always dreamed of doing when I was 14. So romantic. It drives them crazy. As proof of her words, a scarlet tear starts running down her face. The chat goes wild. This seems to be exactly the kind of thing they've been waiting for. Ah! The crying! Beautific. Can you imagine USA assembling a blood-sucking squad that would just cruise by the border and suck blood out of any illegal they found? What the fuck did I just read out loud on my stream? That's 3L out of 3. Not looking good on your mod probation period 7. I know! But everything I do is wrong! I don't know what to do! I'm actually so serious, guys. Help me with this one. Because I really don't want to fuck up my relationship with her, and I really don't want to replay a bunch of shit. So please tell me what to do. Is this actually important? I'm actually asking you to backseat right now. Kick him, you think? I know Dark knows for a fact, and he's just not telling me. Because he hates me. Taking attention away from streamer is bad. Oh my gosh. Hold on, I'm actually pulling a hope, and I'm looking at my phone for a second. Apologies. I'm not cheating, although I promise I'm not cheating. I'm not looking it up. I'm not looking it up. I promise. Okay. 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 I really don't know what to do. There's this one that... Am I name? Oh, Girl, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even realize that until now. Reeves? Yeah, I guess so. I'm stupid, and I was not... You gave me way too much credit. I'm not that smart. But now that you've said that, I'm like, oh yeah, I guess it is technically a word. Or like a name, maybe? I don't know. Kind of weird. I honestly, I'm stupid, and streamer not sharing nuggies with chat is also bad. Oh, fair. Guys, I'm scared. I don't know what to do. Dark, tell me what to do. Dark, help. Dark, tell me what to do. Dark. I would ban for this. I would personally ban for this. I'm gonna ban. And banned. Just to be clear, you realize what we're doing here is a blatant breach of the Masquerade, right? I honestly expected you to leave or inform somebody by now, but you haven't, have you? You try and focus on the chat. A familiar nickname is displayed on the screen. Mascus-sama. Jesus Christ. Looks like Mr. Mascus needs a longer break. After you ban him, you hear Hope's voice. Good job handling that guy. Oh, okay, okay, we're winning, we're winning, we're winning, we're winning, we're winning, son. We're winning. Dad, we're winning. Great. If nothing else works out, seems like you fit this job at the very least. In any case, the last goal has just been funded. It's time for the great finale. This is what you've all been waiting for, right? Yes, queen. Yes. Yes, queen. Her voice has changed. She gets close to the camera, letting her face fill the frame of the live feed. Her mesmerizing eyes are focused purely on the viewers. You wanted blood? Come out into the streets. Claw at your neighbors' throats, slash their veins, and drink up. Yes, queen. Yes, queen. Hope's presence becomes absolutely horrifying, and it influences the chat in some incomprehensible way. Everyone starts typing like they're possessed. Liberate yourselves from the shackles of ordinary morality. Make them scream. Feel the warmth of their entrails. I want to get louder, but I don't want to disturb people if they're at home. What the hell is she doing with these people? What have you gotten yourself into? Transcend your bodies. Release the message of hope into the world. She jerks violently for a second, and then falls down on the bed like a marionette that it had just had its strings severed. She exhales loudly a few times and laughs. When she does, the room goes dark again. Alright, that's enough. Instead of continuing, she does something with her phone. The stream ends and the chat instantly becomes dead quiet. Let me take over. The atmosphere in the room has completely changed. She's already put herself together and stood up. Now she's walking towards you. At Vulgar, what the fuck just happened? Guess the show's over. Everyone go relax and go home. Aw, and I was almost ready to come, bros. Hostage, I swear on my father's grave one day I will find you and kick the ever-living shit out of you. Cooners. After every line she delivers, she changes her voice, the way she puts her lips together, even the way she moves. You've caught glimpses of her acting this way, but only now have you started to figure it out. Wait a minute. Does that mean I'm in more... Miss Pontilac? Interview reference! Interview with the vampire reference spotted! Pontilac! Interview reference! I'm immortal. I'm bored. I'm separated from most vampires in this city by a generational chasm, and I'm so goddamn lonely. The internet used to be my only friend. Oh my god, she's her own chat. It took me this long. It took me that long to figure it out. Holy that's next level crazy girl. Oh, she crazy crazy. Years ago, I started researching tulpas, collective unconsciousness, all the mumbo jumbo at the intersection of psychology and spirituality. And I decided to experiment. The show was fake.
A few years later, I was an Instagram fashionista, a successful erotic model, and a vital part of pop culture commentariat. A viral shit poster, a cryptocurrency expert. All of my internet selves started signal boosting each other, paving the way for new ones. I became a one-woman empire, surrounded by legions of psychophans.
The chat was fake. Some of it might think of it as dissociative identity disorder, but that's bullshit. Everyone has their online alter egos they buried. I just resurrected them, gave birth to new ones, and let them crossbreed. Her constant tapping at her phone, even during the show, somehow she's capable of impersonating an entire chat room.
I don't even have half a self that could be dissociate or be mentally ill. I'm a host, a living database. I live because I find it fun to be an information conduit, to process trends and support the ones I deem worthy.
There was no Masquerade violation. She was showing off her skills all along. She put you into a world of pure fiction, the same way she was testing you when she attacked you from the back. Damn, she's good at this. Of course, you can just ignore what I say and decide I'm just another deranged Malkavian. But hey, annihilation of the self is the only way to survive the 21st century. If there ever was an era that demanded images of beautiful people transcending beyond humanity and inspiring others to do the same, it's this one.
Although for now, because of the Masquerade, my audience is quite limited. Speaking of, you want to be the next star of my movie?
Sure, why not?
I have a hunch you're just saying that, but hey, still, in a way, this is, too, is transcending beyond self.
Yeah, your test is over. Now the question is, do I want to work with you? She puts away her phone for the first time since you've met her and gives you a good, hard look. Vibe check Vivo was hilarious. I'm running out of voices to do for all these different characters. Guess I can give it a shot, yeah. You're not that dumb. You're not that boring. You're kind of cute. Don't worry. No more modding jobs. Mods get attached, and that's always bad news. Sorry. That made me laugh. Made me laugh a little bit. She grabs your arm and starts leading you out of her room. Looks at mods. GPS. I'll put you through enough shit. Next time I'll let you in on a little job I'm doing. We'll hit the streets and you'll see why Sophie told you to contact me. She leads you through a labyrinth of gray corridors. It's a different route than the one you made your way through in. This city is so much more than what its elites consider real. Stick with me and I'll guide you to places Camarilla elders couldn't reach in 100 years. She leads you out of the building into the back alleys. Shitty trailer voice. Okay. Even if someone else rules these streets, we'll still rule the information highways. This is the power of hope. She lets out a theatrical laugh and disappears. You don't even notice when she leaves you alone, but you assume everything went as well as it could. A new ally. The power of hope. Mods ain't manager, it's okay. That's funny. As you walk off into the night, everything around you feels a little less tangible than it did a few hours ago. Aaron, that's crazy. Y'all! I have time for visiting other people? Do I have time? I love Hope. Hope's crazy and I love her. I'm gonna eat a fry and a nugget and then we're gonna continue on with our little vampire journey. Sorry, y'all. Frugget. Yep. Frugget. High heels on my tippies. Dolce and Gabbana, that's on my titties. Pop my vitamin that I ride the dicky. Okay, we're gonna finish this night. I'm gonna get up and like stretch for a second and then we'll come back. So let's do... Okay. I wish their names would show up when I look at who they are. Like, I wish the name would show up so that I could see like who I'm trying to talk to right here. Oh. Well, I need to rest. Okay, never mind then. You notice something strange by the front door of your haven. A letter's been slipped under the door in a cream-colored, old-fashioned envelope. There's no name, but you know it's meant for you. Opening the letter, it's clear it's been sent by someone incredibly old-fashioned, rich, or a fan of classic stationery. No normal person sends letters like this. The note is short and terse, written in elegant, delicate handwriting. Oh. You're cordially invited to a rendezvous at the Cathedral of St. John the Divine. I'll be waiting to make your acquaintance tomorrow night. Look for me closer to God. There's no other information. It looks like you have a mysterious invitation for the following night. Oh, shit! Well, we gotta. You haven't been to church since you became a vampire, or kindred, as the euphemism goes. You had to focus on concrete, practical things like survival and feeding. You've learned the essentials of vampire experience, but you don't really have a clear idea of what it all means. The Cathedral of St. John the Divine in New York is a landmark. You've been inside once before when you were much younger. You marveled at its Gothic facade. Looking at it now from across the street, it feels ominous. The prospect of an anonymous invitation into a secret meeting is a worrying. Oh, thank you for the word pads. Oh, I didn't hydrate. I'll do that in a second as soon as I'm done with this one. It's hard to imagine a violent attack in a place like this, with eyes everywhere. Yes. Ah. Ma. Dude, I love this game. I'm fucking loving this game so far, y'all. I'm slurping and glorping over here. Sorry about that. Okay. You entered the cathedral discreetly. You've quickly learned this is I can't read. An essential skill for a vampire. How to move without anyone noticing you. The full force of the cathedral's architecture hits you as you walk between the pews. If the architect meant to create the feeling of being small in the face of God's glory, mission accomplished. Based on that note, you're assuming that whoever you are meeting is somewhere in the front. As you step closer to the high altar, it feels as if something is dragging at your feet, as if the stone beneath you resisted your movement. Ooh, does God still listen to you? That's a great question. It's been a long time since you prayed. You wonder whether God listens to creatures like you. Fatalistically. Fatalistically, what a good word. I like that word. You take a step, then another. You're not sure if your God is present in this cathedral, but perhaps it doesn't matter. What you feel is real enough. There's an old man sitting in the front. You see only the back of his head bowed down in silent prayer. Your footsteps echo on the floor and he turns to look back at you. You can't take your eyes off him. He's tall. My throat. Tall, dignified, white hair, balding, a few strands escaping to the sides. He's wearing glasses and simple clerical clothing. His eyes are warm and pale, too kind for someone like you. Something is wrong. You feel heavy, as if a giant hand was pressing you down. The skin on your face is burning. Perhaps unconsciously you expected something like this as a vampire walking into a cathedral, only it's not the burning or God making you feel like you're burning alive. It's the man, the priest. Welcome, my child. The priest's tone is kind, but the rising panic inside is telling you that kindness is not for the likes of you. The only way to understand these painful feelings is to push forward and confront the priest. As you step closer to the priest, panic rises inside of you. The emotions are too hard to control. Fear, anger, pain, all trying to wrestle you in different directions, away. Can I help you? Are you okay? The priest talks to you like he would a lost vagrant who has chosen to enter the house of God. How are you doing this? I'm afraid I don't understand. It's simply too much. You mutter something incoherent in reply. You don't sound like a vampire, an undead being made powerful by immortal blood. You're just another sad, confused, lost soul. You turn around and stagger away, only feeling like yourself once you're back on the street outside. You stand on the sidewalk, confused and scared. No enemies seem to be attacking you. The priest didn't follow you. The night air is wet with the smells of the city, same as every night. How did it feel? You look at the man speaking to you. He's well dressed, if a little archaic, dark haired, handsome, like a character from an old movie. He smiles as if he knows something you don't. You glance around. There are people on the street. You don't appear to be in immediate danger. Who the fuck are you? Calm down. I'm not your enemy. Let me introduce myself. My name is Benoit Segal. We share many things in common, even if you don't know me. Benoit offers his hand to you. Benoit is a vampire, that much is clear. He's using his blood to simulate the functions of a living body, but the rhythm of his heartbeat reveals its artificial nature. Would you mind sitting with me for a moment? Benoit points to a park bench nearby in darkness because of a broken streetlight. Wary, you decide to follow him. Only an enemy totally unconcerned with the masquerade would attack you here. Benoit sits down and you follow suit. For a moment, you both contemplate the cathedral in silence. I know how it feels. What you just felt. Experienced it myself many, many times. For a moment, you consider how to respond. It's clear Benoit sent the invitation to come here and orchestrated this little setup. What's the point? Why did you go to the trouble of getting me here? We share a connection, you and I. I'll explain it later, but right now, the important thing is it's so much easier to show than to tell. I wanted you to meet Father Anthony, or see him, experience him. Do you wonder why I felt like that? Was it some kind of supernatural power? No, not at all. I don't think so. It's his faith that makes you feel like that. He's safe in his belief. Oh, you're one of the damned. Do you ever wonder what it's like to be the role of a vampire in God's creation? You stop to think. Of course you've wondered what this is all about. Whether it's about God or nature, you don't really know what being a vampire means. That's the trouble with the Masquerade. A human faced with a human problem can go online and find something that helps. You can't. Masquerade means that everything there is to know about your condition is secret, hidden away. You're left relying on the unreliable opinions of people like Benoit. Suddenly, Benoit takes your hand and presses it against his chest. Oh! Why is he doing that? As he stares into your eyes, you feel his heart stop. My heart no longer beats, yet I move, I talk. Is that how God intended us to be? Can't be, probably, but how? Well, there's gotta be a natural explanation. Well, I don't believe in the supernatural. There's a natural explanation for all of this, we just don't know it. Maybe there is. I don't know either. I know that Father Anthony's faith is real. Sometimes I'm skeptical too. But in Father Anthony's presence, I know faith is real. I know it because it hurts so much. But perhaps you have questions about our faith, about faith in our kind. Perhaps we are divine, not damned. Benoit laughs, and for the first time, the aura of bitterness enveloping him lifts. You're clever. The many religious cults among the kindred, even more among the anarchs. Some of them do indeed believe we are divine, but we die, we rise again, just like Jesus. Be careful with that kind of talk, though. You might not know it, but there are always politics attached to every belief. Go into an Elysium, declare your divinity. Everyone around you will start making assumptions about you. Sometimes, faith is best kept private, even among our kind. Just ask yourself, when you met Father Anthony, did you feel divine? Oh, man. Did I come here just to talk about religion? That's a great question. I feel like that's the most loaded question. Did you have anything else, or did I just come here to talk about religion? Also, doing all the dude voices, like, stressing my throat out. I know it's overwhelming. It was for me when I first met Father Anthony. I know there are others like him, whose faith shines like a beacon. Priests, old ladies, children. Anyone that can have that conviction inside them. I'm not gonna pray. Fuck that. This is too much. No. Not too much. It's a lot, but it's not too much. It's not too much. I'm walking here. I have to go. I feel like maybe I have to go. I have to go might be the same. I feel like it's less like, okay. I have to go. I can't concentrate when I know that priest is still inside. Benoit nods patiently. Let's meet again in a few nights here at the cathedral. We can talk more after you've thought it through. You leave Benoit sitting in the shadow of the cathedral, contemplating what lies within. It would be easier to ignore his words without the reality of what you experienced. Father Anthony was holy. You know that to be true, but what does that mean? Ooh! Do I have time to see my girlfriend? Ba 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 ba. When you get to the internet cafe, Hope is already waiting out front. The sight catches you off guard. A part of you suspected she might have been more of a shut-in. My haven is my castle type. Perfect timing. We need to go for a ride. Get in, get in, get in. She doesn't wait for your response and jumps behind the wheel of a lavender vintage roadster instead. Oh, that's Cunty! Cunty! Cunty car! She has a cunty car. She's got the cunster over here. Miss Cunster. Hell yeah! We love a cunty ass freaking vampire crazy bitch. Love her. Okay. She doesn't. The engine starts roaring expectantly, causing everyone's heads to turn. Not wanting to attract needless attention, you quickly slip into the back seat of the car. The moment you shut the door behind you, the vehicle sets off, tires screeching. She, in fact, serves cunt. Yes, she does. Sorry for not being able to bring you up to speed first, but hey, this is NYC. Everyone's always in a rush, and this is even more true when you're kindred. I love how every time you can see, like, the people's, like, reflection. Oh my god, her car. She decorates her car like I decorate my car, I fear. Oh, that doesn't reflect well on me. Anyway, now, bussy work. Bussy work. Bussy work. Getting in a car with a Malkavian. Ew. It's definitely a choice. Hey, if she kills me, she kills me. Now, allow me to take care of some business. I'll be right with you. Even as she's zooming through traffic, she's on her phone, of course. Watch the road, please, is crazy. Nice car. Nice car. How do you afford that? Thank you. The lavender really brings out its character, doesn't it? About affording things in the city, it's pretty hard. You gotta be at the top of your game at all times. Might as well explain my business plan to you while I'm at it. So, another extremely online milk based in New York goes by the name of Dev Null. Told me to Google Ethereum a few years ago. That's how I got into Bitcoin. And I found a new religion. 23-year-old selling visions of governments replaced by benign code and decentralized consensus. Masses ruled by algorithms, just as the law of physics. Idiot man-child investors trying to shape their realities through sheer fanatical zeal. And dedicated collectors of things as abstract as, like, rare SHA-256 decryptions. Her driving style is far more aggressive and dangerous than you're comfortable with. Is it just you, or does she peek into the rearview mirror?
more often than she looks straight ahead. A hyper speculative environment where nothing has real value, only abstract beliefs matter, and your life savings could be ruined by a single bullshit tweet. How could I refuse the allure? I started buying low and selling high on a variety of shady 24/7 exchanges that allowed me with 100 times leverage. As in, they'd lend me 100 times the capital I could bet with. I got lucky at the beginning and kept the ball rolling, shorting and longing, impulsively, recklessly, and I got into the point where I became too big to fail, and that's when I crashed out. Alrighty, Mr. Improbs, have good sleepies. Have good eepies. I will be posting the VOD on YouTube, so if you want to watch the rest of it later, it'll go on my VOD channel. If not tonight, then tomorrow morning. So, yup. If not tonight, then tomorrow morning, it will be on my VOD channel. The car comes to an abrupt halt. You bump up against the seat in front of you. Okay, this story will be continued later. We're here. We're right at our first stop. I need you to do me a favor.
Where exactly?
I'm meeting a guy here. Well, you are, but I'll lend you one of my handles to you for a minute. See that weird guy in the Yankees cap standing around the corner? Approach him, tell him you're young, hot, petite. What? You tell the phone. Take the phone he gives you and bring it here. Get going, honey. It's illegal to park here. You jump out of the car and approach the man Hope had pointed out. Not a lot you can tell about him based on his appearance, aside from the fact he seems pretty shady. The guy assumes a comically threatening pose as you approach him.
The hell do you want? Young, hot, petite, ingenue. Oh, no offense, but I kind of expected a girl. I mean, no, my bad. My bad for assuming. Damn.
That's the grossest voice I could come up with. He takes a phone out of his pocket and covertly passes it to you.
Everything's been prepared and preloaded. According to your instructions, should take about 2 minutes to transfer the data. Now get out of here.
Oh my god, thank god I don't have to do that for us anymore. That was terrible. The man walks away with an exaggerated hip-hop gait. Exaggerated hip-hop gait is hilarious to me, I fear. You jump back into Hope's car. She immediately steps on the gas. You got the phone? You're the best. Pass it to me, please. She connects the two smartphones. Ping! She connects the two smartphones using a cable and begins some sort of data transfer. Looks like it's an identical model. After a moment or so, the process is complete. Alright. Goodbye, lovely. You've served me well. Hope opens the car window, grabs her own phone. Her old phone. You're not expert enough to recognize the exact model, but it definitely looks like it had an $800 price tag slapped on it, and tosses it out the window. Surprised, you look behind you and see a car in the opposite lane run over the abandoned device. Hope notices your quizzical look. I've been needing a lot of burner phones lately, and I'm not gonna use some cheap piece of shit, so it's an pretty expensive necessity. Intersection, red light. She takes advantage of the moment to shoot a driving selfie that strategically excludes her face and uploads it to Instagram. Oh, no, this is correct. You notice her handle there is Versace Beauty, not Versace Beauty? Versace? Okay. I don't remember the voice I gave this one. No, I was telling you a story.
Cashing out.
Right. At some point during the end of 2017, I became convinced I needed to cash out. There was no way the bubble was going to last forever. I always knew there would be no grapes of wrath for the cryptocurrency era. It would have to be a series of profoundly antisocial, disconnected events.
Man, if she would have gotten in on the GameStop shit of 2020 or whatever that fucking was, she would have loved. R.I.P. Hope, you would have loved the GameStop. The GameStop currency. The GameStop fucking shares of 2020 or whatever the fuck that was.
Oh my god. The whole crypto culture was a decentralized church of lone millennials who rejected all established modern values and kept atoning for the original sin of not buying Bitcoin back in 2013.
Another abrupt last second turn. You're pressed against the window. What the hell is her driving style? Imagine selling Bitcoin in 2017 is crazy. I know. I know. Thank you for the horn pads and the hydrate. I will take that in just a second.
But a life you never wanted to live anyway, and get a chance to win a priceless pile of nothing. Untether yourself from all worldly desires. Find joy in suicidal ideation.
Ooh, girl. Sounds like me at age 12.
To this day, money holds no real value for me. It's as abstract as a video game score, bunch of numbers on a screen. This joyless world changed me forever. I knew I had to escape. So I took my piles of fictional dollars to a new arena, elite NYC social circles. Not because I wanted to scam them and make more, but because I wanted to finally have some goddamn fun.
Oh, the name change. I should be doing a different voice. Fuck.
I mean, of course I had to scam them in the process, but it was only the service of becoming something more than a star, a constellation.
Another abrupt stop. This time to the entrance of a shifty-looking back alley. Leaky gut syndrome. Alright, friend. This time you're leaky gut syndrome. Whistleblower extraordinaire. Whenever a press sneak fuck wants a leak, you've got it. Got it? Sorry for putting you out there in my place, but I only personally contact people as a last resort. It gets harder to protect my identity each time I show my face. And since I got you, our man is waiting for you in a back alley. He's paying back a favor with a flash drive containing crucial information we need to stay safe in this city. Retrieve it. I'll circle the area, make sure we aren't in danger right now. When you're done, get back here. I'll pick you up. Everything clear? Good. You exit the car and see it drive away in a hurry, then head into the narrow passageway. Sure enough, there's a man waiting for you at the end of the back street. Unshaven, wearing wrinkled clothes, with a nervous eye tick. He looks even dodgier than the last guy you met. When you approach him, he gives you a mean look. You lost or something? I'm leaky gut syndrome. Leaky gut syndrome. You said you got a little something that might interest me. Ah, of course. Of course. Straight to the point, aren't you? Alright then. Clumsily, he produces a USB stick from his front shirt pocket and holds it before your face. When you reach out to take it, he pulls back a hand and gives you a sly grin. Getting all this data was risky, you know. Miss Montgomery's unusually secretive person. Digging up dirt on her took a lot more effort than I expected. Effort should be rewarded, I think. The more you ask about her, the more you expect a letter saying, give up your inquiries that are completely useless at your doorstep, perhaps attached to a severed cat head. You catch my drift? The secrecy surrounding her screams, friends in high places, brave New World Order, Illuminati shit, you know? Makes me think I deserve some hazard pay. Ooh, I mean, honestly, I would just flash my teeth at him and say, hey, your payment is I'm not gonna kill you. Oh. I don't know what to do. I'm not gonna bluff, cause like, but at the same time, no matter what, like I can. And break the masquerade? Yeah. I ran a background check on you. You're not just some random schmuck off the street. No way you didn't know what you were walking into when you took this job. If you really didn't, I doubt you're the kind of journalist who can gather intel worth shit. You're bluffing the hell out of him, unsure if it's gonna work. It does. The man spits on the ground angrily and raises his hand in surrender. Alright. Shouldn't have put you on the spot like that. My bad, okay? He extends the hand holding the flash drive towards you again. You take it. Oh yeah. One more thing. Not really sure what it's about, but one of my informants claims you might be interested in this. He reaches into his inner jacket pocket and presents you with something wholly unexpected. It's a bag of blood, labeled simply as ABRH-. You take a closer look, but that doesn't answer any of the questions that just appeared in your mind. You peek into the journalist's cold blue eyes and see them twitch uncontrollably. Don't ask me. They said you'll know what to do with it. Leaky gut. Come on, take it. Yep. I take whatever I want, twitchy eye. He's only conscious long enough to manage one step backwards. A second later, your fangs are already sunk deep into his neck. His blood has a certain unpleasant je ne sais quoi quality to it and a bitter aftertaste, but it's very strong and quickly intoxicating. As you finish your meal, you feel consumed by euphoria. Having temporarily satisfied your hunger, you put the collapsed man against the wall and look him over one last time. You found him fishy and trusted your instincts. Might be hard to explain this to Hope, but you don't feel like you've done anything wrong. Every fiber of your vampiric existence screamed that the journalist was absolutely not to be trusted. The blood bag your victim was carrying fell on the ground during your assault. Pick it up. You casually pick it up and leave the alley the way you came. Hope's car appears behind the corner just as you walk out into the street. It doesn't even fully stop when you approach, but it slows down just enough so you can jump in. The moment you close the door, she leans into the gas pedal with her full strength, causing the engine to roar. Her driving style definitely does not reflect how laid back she seems as a person. We got it? You throw the flash drive onto the seat next to her. Perfect. Any problems? How'd the meeting go? You relate the entire back alley encounter to her. Towards the end of the story, you realize she's not staring at the road or her phone, but directly at your face. The realization startles you. You got that bag of blood with you? You place it on the seat next to her. She peeks at the label. She looks at it again. Then she steps on the brakes. Fuck! Fuck! I'm okay. She grabs both the bag and the flash drive you've obtained and throws them both out the window. Looks like that's her favorite method of taking care of problems. That bag was a message. AB negative used to be my blood type. It's the rarest one. It found in less than 1% of the United States population. I'm glad you didn't drink it. Who knows what they've done to the bag. Some NYC vets can tell you wild stories about using irradiated blood to locate and kill other kindred. You admit you did feed on the man who gave you the bag instead. Good for you, I suppose. I don't think they've done anything to his blood. That would be some kind of, like, 5-dimensional chess move. But yeah, this contact is compromised and needs to be cut off. Goodbye, my journalist frenemy, and goodbye, dear at Leaky Gut Syndrome. You've both outlived your usefulness. After a brief period of hesitation, she deletes the whistleblower extraordinaire account in size. Another one bites the dust. I've got another story to finish. I was talking about Bitcoin, then where did I stop? Becoming a constellation? Oh, right. You know who saw the real face of the city? Anna Delvey. Anna Delvey reference? Anna Delvey reference is crazy! Hold on. My dog is barking like crazy. Anna Delvey, though, is wild. I fucking love Anna Delvey. She's crazy. Beanie. What's up, honey? I don't know. You've been barking for like 15 minutes? Yeah. Sorry. There's deers. Oh boy. Sorry, I forgot to mute. I forgot to mute. I came outside. I was like, "What the heck, Beanie?" And then my mom comes outside, who comes outside of her like room, and she's like, "Oh, there's a deer outside." So she's just barking at a deer this entire time. But yes, Anna Delvey, crazy story. Basically, they might go into this, but she basically had no money and was just pretended to be like a socialite and got away with it for like a long. She's so cunt. I love her so much. She's crazy and absolutely a criminal, but she's so cunty. Oh, a Russian working class girl born as Anna Sorokin moved to New York in 2013 and convinced everyone that she was this insanely rich trust fund kid, a wealthy German heiress. Like I just said. Oh, Manhattan elites totally fell for it, and they bought it for years while she swindled them. She only got arrested in like 2017 after having stolen $300,000. Sorokin created her Delvey persona out of thin air, convinced everyone that she was going to set up an air art fund, kept tasting all of life's finest pleasures while being basically broke. She even made up a fake family financial advisor and then killed him off when he became a liability. And, and apparently, most of her rich victims never even admitted to being scammed out of shame. But now you're sure, the way she scrutinizes her surroundings, her reckless driving, she's trying to escape somebody. Now Delvey's locked up with murderers and Rikers, writing her memoirs, apparently picking a lot of fights. Bless her heart. She'll forever be an inspiration. Say I fuck with Hope. Hope gets it. Hope gets it. Hope gets it. I'm gonna eat a nugget. Hold on. Oh. But I have more advantages than she ever did. I have my own considerable funds, and I can rely on many more made up people than just some old ass financial advisor. A whole bunch of fake content creators and influencers that every rich dumbass wants to get in touch with and collaborate. Makes it super easy to earn more money than I invest. You've seen it firsthand, both as a deceiver and the deceived. It's a city of illusions. Make non existent money, come up with a fictional status, play nonsensical camera games. And one day, you might just find yourself at the top. Alright, I'm reaching our last stop. You look around. You're coming up on a parking garage. You're gonna take an elevator to the 70th floor. Give the masked man you meet in front the door front of the door this memory card. It contains a art house movie I've made. What do you mean by art house? You've seen me rehearse it in my haven. You know exactly what I mean. You didn't think I was doing that just for show, did you? I've found some filthy rich Manhattan pervs who'll pay a fortune for a convincing vampire cam show. I don't need money, but their IT industry connections gave me an idea. Then when we gave them this memory card, we'll gain access to tech that should allow us to take on my biggest enemy in the city. So your nickname this time is gonna be a Crash. You're momentarily dazed and can't immediately understand what happened. The first thing you know for sure is if you were still a normal human being, you'd be dead. You replay the last few seconds in your head. The other car appeared out of nowhere and crashed into Hope's vehicle at the maximum speed it was able to achieve in this closed-off space. The driver has already managed to kick open the mangled door next to him and stumble out of his seat. Now he wordlessly approaches the trunk and takes a large caliber, silenced pistol out of it.
That was scary. Oh, spooky!
He starts approaching the lavender wreck of Hope's car, obviously ready to finish the job he started. You have to be fast and violent. It's you or him now. I can't outrun that shit. Do you think I can? Oh, this may be bad. Can I save? No? Okay. Fuck. Can I save? Can I do? I don't want to save and exit. I just wanted to save. Okay. Your instincts take over. The world stops moving just as you start running. He can see you, of course, but not as a well-defined shape. It's a blur, and its speed is faster than his aim. It gets closer to him. He's scared. It's next to him. He's terrified. A series of superhumanly swift punches ruptures his body in all sorts of horrifying ways. His world briefly turns into an ocean of agony and then disappears forever. You stand above the gunman's body, trying to calm yourself and your killer instincts. That's when you hear her voice. Hope slithers out of her car and sees you standing over your assailant. Huh. You did pretty good. She approaches the body of the driver you killed and kicks it so she can take a better look at it. Upon seeing the front of the corpse, she lets out an annoyed grunt. Ugh. I knew it'd be this asshole. He's been following us all day. And I know just who he belongs to. Even after she's done talking, she's already trying to reach someone through a video call. Eventually, she succeeds. You see a nonchalant woman in business casual on her smartphone screen. Who's this? Who's that? Kara Montgomery, can I help you? Kara. Hope. Didn't expect you to ever hear me through this channel. Have you thought things through? Wait, did something happen? Did something happen? Your fucking ghoul just tried to kill me, you crazy bitch. That's what fucking happened. Calm yourself, for Christ's sakes. It's a baseless accusation. I know he's from Double Spiral. He's been working at your motherfucking company. Come on. You know I can't be held responsible for independent actions of my subordinates. Why don't we just meet it up and talk it? Oh. Hope disconnects the call and instantly blocks Kara from contacting her. Corporate shithead. Made me fucking sick. Tired, she turns her gaze to the dead ghoul. Holla back, woman. I'll dispose of him. Help me put him in my car. 30 seconds later, his body is laying in the back seat of the lavender-colored wreck. Okay, good. You take a look at the scene of carnage in front of you. Every second we're here gets us closer to the serious Masquerade violation. I'll have to exchange my palm door-worthy masterpiece. Fucking. For the good some other time. She gets behind the wheel and you follow her inside the car. Meet me in my haven when I tell you it's safe. For now, I just need to dump this asshole somewhere, get my car fixed, plan our counterattack. You guide Hope down to your haven. She drops you off, and before she leaves, she makes what's about to be She makes what's about to come for perfectly She makes what's about to come
perfectly clear. Bro, my brain couldn't wrap myself around that sentence. If we want to survive the city, Cara Montgomery needs to die. I like at me because it's like, it's the most her, I think, you know? She disappears into traffic, and you disappear into your place. Mm. Right, right. That's good. Okay. I'm gonna take like a 2 minute. I'm gonna take 2 minutes. Take 2 minutes. Take 2 mins. And be right back. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a couple minutes. I'm gonna eat a couple of my nuggies. I'm gonna go to the bathroom, refill my water, and BRB. Give me just a minute. Okay. Yep, yep, yep. Hello. All right. So we need to rest. Scatter. Medio critical. What the hell? Why are we scattering? Not long after you wake up tonight, Gregory knocks on the door of your apartment. Hey, came to pick you up. Miss Langley wants to see you. What? Any idea what she needs me for?
I'm not in the position to ask.
He smiles politely.
Car's waiting. Shall we?
You wrestle with the same thoughts as a few nights ago. Maybe you should just leave, disappear, let Sophie find somebody else to employ? But then you remember the anarch thug being cut down by Kadir and how close you were to the same fate. Not even a week ago. And that might still happen if you step out of line. You follow suit. As with your previous visit here, Sophie seems not entirely present when you enter. Her eyes are locked onto one of the paintings in the room. You're pretty sure it was here earlier, but she's behaving as if she's seeing it for the first time in her life, entirely entranced. Gregory clears the throat. Sophie turns to the both of you, a bit of irritation in her countenance that soon gives way to a pleasant, warm smile. You're here. Excellent. Thank you, Gregory. Her driver leaves and she turns her attention to you. I hope you had a good few nights and made some new acquaintances, but I have to say, I'm happy to see you, Sev. Thank you for coming. The change of mood in the room is so sudden and startling, it makes you consider the true power of vampiric charisma. Rationally, you know you're being manipulated, but you don't even care. Her eyes, her motions, her entire body language all feel 100% genuine in expressing legitimate interest in you and your well-being. I have a request for you this night. I need you to find somebody for me and make a delivery. She points to a statue at the side of the room. You notice a plain-looking flash drive lying on the edge where the inanimate archer's bow touches the pedestal. The man you'll be looking for calls himself Kaiser. He has eyes and ears all over New York, but it's rare for something to happen here without his knowledge. I'll need you to take this flash drive and bring it to him. In exchange, he will give you an address, which I need to know as soon as possible. You're about to ask what's on the drive, but Sophie proves to be one step ahead of you. No, don't worry about the contents. They are encrypted. A precaution for if the data falls into the wrong hands. But it won't, correct? She gives you a smile that just a handful of nights ago would have made you feel like melting. Oh, and Sev, Kaiser is a Nosferatu, that twisted, deformed lineage of kindred. He's old, and his age has made him even more paranoid than others of his clan you tend to be. He holds many havens and changes them often. From what I've gathered, he or one of his servants should be found at the park on Coney Island tonight. You'll have to identify them somehow. I'm told Kaiser has spent many of his nights these past few years being driven around the city in a black limo. Maybe keep an eye out for it. That smile again, but much shorter.
Why do you need to trade with him? Can't you just request the information given your connections?
Kaiser doesn't care about my or anyone's position. He considers information as valuable as blood and makes it a point to never share it for free. He only deals with people who have something to offer, but trust me. She picks up the flash drive and puts it on your palm. I have more than enough means to grab his attention. She flashes one last smile at you and turns back to the painting, clearly done with the conversation. You pocket the flash drive and head out to Coney Island. It takes you the better part of an hour to reach the lights and sounds of Coney Island amusement park from the city, but the drive is a pleasant one for this time of night. Thank God for the Belt Parkway. That's hilarious. There are plenty of people here tonight, but nobody who stands out as a traveling purveyor of secrets. Then again, if they did stand out, it'd be kind of pointless, right? Nothing to do but figure out the right approach.
Oh, I think I could use this.
Can I use this? I don't know. You take a moment to focus and try and pick up any details that would help you with locating Kaiser. Initially, the noise from the nearby amusement park floods your mind and momentarily stuns you. A child's crying, the loud bang of a car door closing, the bright, old-school logo of the Cyclone roller coaster all overload your senses, and you have to lean on a nearby booth to stand upright. You regain control, start walking, listening in, taking in sights and smells, looking for something, anything, to point you in the right direction. A man talking on his phone, a snippet of conversation.
Cleaned the red stuff from the garage, tidied up the general. Limo fit for sure. Come on, don't be like that, boss. I didn't mean to. Yes, I know. I am. It's a privilege, Mr. Kaiser.
The call ends. The man tucks the phone away. It's a fancy model. It doesn't look anything readily available on the market. The guy doesn't fit the guy's rugged looks at all. He notices you.
Hey, what you looking at, huh? Overheard your call just now. Any chance Mr. K stands for Kaiser? Nah, it stands for
Clearly, lying isn't his forte.
fuck off.
Neither are comebacks, it would seem.
Listen, I was sent here by Sophie Langley. She has something for Kaiser. I need to contact him and hand it over. Nothing more to it. Don't know her. I told you already, I don't know who Kaiser is either.
He sees a doubt in your face.
Fuck it. Stay right there.
He produces his phone. It's a fancy model. Doesn't look like... Oh, we already said this. What the... Doesn't look like anything readily available on the market. We already said that! Unlocks it, dials a number. 2 tones go by. A voice on the other end.
Sorry to bother you again, boss. Yeah, I know how much you need your alone time. That sounds very nice. There's somebody who wants to see you. They're with, Langley? Sophie Langley? Yeah.
A string of loud obscenities fills the phone. The man winces and pushes it away from his ear, and the call stops. Almost immediately, a chime. The Count's left from Sesame Street? Wow! Announces a new message to the phone. That's crazy. That's actually so funny. Why would you do that? Why would you make it the Count's left?
He's on his way. Don't go anywhere.
Not 15 minutes pass before a black limo stops near where you're waiting. One door opens an invitation. The inside of the limo used to be a luxury lounge, the kind of with a stripper pole and a bar full of alcohol, but it currently has none of that. Instead, there are monitors and consoles. Dozens of displays, each one showing something different. Surveillance camera footage, stock market quotes, television news, emails, tweets, silent movies, lo-fi footage of a gory torture session. You wonder if the limo's owner can focus on anything while surrounded by all this visual noise, and then realize there's nobody there. Or is there? A man blinks into existence on a leather-covered couch, attempting to maintain something that approximates a regal presence. You're 100% sure it's Kaiser. Surrounded by dimly lit computer screens, his features are even more ghastly than you imagined. All sharp angles of twisted bone, mangled flesh, and crooked teeth. He bears them in an awful parody of a smile. Doors close behind you. Yo, that's kind of sick, though. That's kind of sick, though.
Ooh. So, the waste of good blood outside tells me Sophie Langley sent you, huh? You have something for me?
You reluctantly pull the flash drive from your pocket and slowly pass it to Kaiser. He plugs it into a USB port on the arm of his chair and displays the data on one of the screens that happen to be turned away from you. It takes him about a minute to access the data.
Who do people think I am? I saw this footage a week ago.
He removes the flash drive and
throws it back at you in disgust. Tell Sophie the deal's off. She wants her address? She give me something else. Ooh. I don't think I have enough blood in me to, like, do another... Oh, fuck it. You take on the most persuasive voice and amicable stance you can in what basically constitutes a lair of a megalomaniacal monster. Wow, love that word. But also, mouthful. Come on, man. Don't send me back empty-handed. Take the data, honor the deal. Mean a lot to me. The sound the Nosferatu produces is supposed to be laughter, you think. You're pretty sure he'll fall over and die at any second if it's anything other than that. Ooh, look at me, I'm so pretty, well-spoken. I'm gonna feed you this bullshit and you're gonna cram it in and ask me for seconds. Who the fuck do you think you are? You know what I should do to you for trying to pull that trick on me? I should mutilate your face and rub sulfur in the wounds, rip your tongue out and use it to stuff a fucking turkey. Only see, I am in a gracious mood tonight. Plus, I hate turkeys. They disgust me. I hate turkeys. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh. So. I'm going to give you a chance to make this little transgression up to me. I'll contact you. Maybe I'll even throw in that stupid address so Langley can shove it up her cunt. Ooh, that's crazy. But right now, unless you want me to get really pissed off, you'll show yourself out. You're pretty sure you're done here.
Thank you for the horn pats.
I go from like, I'm gonna stuff you like a turkey to like, ba 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 ba. I have 2 modes. I have 2 modes. You're pretty sure you're done here. You get out, close up the door behind you, and the car immediately starts backing up. The opaque windows slide past you, and soon a limo is on its way. Kaiser's lackey is nowhere to be seen, so you make your way to your car and drive back, wondering what tomorrow brings. Who do I go see? Like, I just want to see my wife again. Should I go see somebody else? Somebody new? Should I go see somebody new? Should I? I know, but up to you does nothing for me. I want, like, what? Help. Oh, man. I genuinely am, like, not sure what I want to do here. Oh. Is it worth going to see somebody new? Random? Alright, we're gonna do... Okay, hold on. Guys, somebody give me a number between 1 and 4. Okay, we're gonna see this guy. As you make your way down Clinton Street, the incessant hum of traffic gives way to an ominous silence of the waterfront. You stop to take in the familiar bouquet of the Hudson, made all the more potent by your recently sharpened senses. Across the basin, the Red Hook grain terminal rears its rusty frame. Once a bustling industrial area, now a sleeping giant splayed out on the riverbank, forgotten, abandoned. You rolled a D1 and got a 1. It's funny because Hope was 1. Conveniently so, especially for one of the hidden. Keeping to the shadows, you sneak closer to the dilapidated complex, making your way past hole-ridden silos and wobbly chain link fences. By the time you reach the entrance to the main building, you can almost feel the rust particles making themselves cozy at the back of your throat. Not getting your hopes up, you give the door a slight nudge, but to your surprise, it gives almost instantly. Looks like someone's been using it recently. Once inside, you find yourself in a large empty hall. Looking around, you can almost picture it back in its heyday, stacked to the rafters with heavy machinery. You notice a set of stairs leading up to the mezzanine, a most likely an office space. And then you see it, a faint light coming from one of the upper rooms. Looks like you're in luck. Quietly, with bated breath, you climb the stairs and approach the dimly lit room. The door creaks open, revealing what looks like an old-timey detective's office, complete with crooked window blinds, an overflowing ashtray, and paper scattered across a wooden desk. Suddenly, it hits you, that nagging feeling. This is all too convenient, too inviting. Before you can react, the trap is already sprung. A plume of cigar smoke wafts over your shoulder. The barrel of a gun rubs against your spine. A raspy voice whispers in your ear. Let me guess. Took a wrong turn at the third silo? Driven by a strange hunch, you open your mouth. You hear yourself talking, but the words are not yours. They seem to be coming from the deepest recesses of your memory. A movie you saw as a child? You don't know why, but it seems oddly appropriate. I know what you're thinking. This punk ain't got nothing on me. I'm sitting pretty on a loaded cult detective special. 5 in the cylinder, 1 in the chamber, and I only need the 1. As corny as it all sounds, the stranger seems oddly receptive to your tough guy monologue, so you decide to bump it up a notch. Focusing your will, you boost your aura. Yo, he's aura farming! Filling the room with your presence. Your voice becomes smooth, oozing with charisma. A regular Sam Spade. You yourself can't help but feel a sense of awe. Hopefully the stranger feels it too. But then, there's that nagging feeling. What if there's more to this guy than he lets on? What if he's got me right where he wants me? Maybe I should hear what he has to say. Is that right? Yeah. So how about we drop the tough guy act and talk like adults? You can always shoot me once we're done. For a few tense seconds, the room goes quiet. So quiet, in fact, you could swear you can actually hear the smoke swirling in the air. Finally, the stranger speaks again. You got a point there, kid. In a strange interplay of light and shadow, the stranger reappears behind the desk. Seeing him in his full, for lack of a better word, glory, you can't help but smirk. This is the dreaded Nosferatu? The way Sophie described them, you were expecting some kind of grotesque monstrosity, but this guy, the clothes, the swagger, the hard-boiled detective routine, it all comes across as a bad joke. Still, when it comes to appearance, his lineage is undeniable. From 30 feet away, you could probably pass for a bum with a nasty skin condition, but from 5 feet away, he looks like something made to be seen from 30 feet away. Oh, that's funny. That's actually funny. That's a good joke. That's a good joke. That's good writing. That was funny. He leans back in his chair, casually pointing his gun at you. So, what brings you to my humble office? You're the one they call D'Angelo? That's my name, kid. Don't wear it out. Oh, I say that all the time! No! No! Oh, I say that all the time! Stop it! I hate this. I hate it here. I hate it here. My friends call me Jin. My friends call me Jin? Yeah. So you best stick to D'Angelo because we're not friends. Oh, he's funny. Oh, I like him. He's funny. So you best stick to D'Angelo for the time being. Now, I suggest you tell me what this is all about. Otherwise, I kindly ask you to get the fuck out of my office. Charming. I can see why Kadir keeps you around. His expression sours. Not a name you want to casually toss around, kid. But hey, I get it. You're not some random schmuck who wandered off here in the street, from the street. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Who I work for is less important. What I'm working on, however, isn't going so well, so I think you could use some help. He gives you a look that's dirty, even by Nosferatu standards. Well, ain't you clever? D'Angelo lowers his shades. For a few seconds, he stands motionless with his eyes fixed on yours. Suddenly, he raises his gun, almost making you flinch. Almost. Then, he twirls it into his shoulder holster in a flashy display that definitely looks like it was practiced. A lot. In front of a mirror. You see the Nosferatu's lips move, but the quiet mumbling clearly isn't meant for your ears. Listening in, you're able to catch snippets of his monologue. Sure, they seem to care, but what was the end game? What was their angle? Everyone's got one if they pretend they don't, especially then. What the hell? Maybe this town finally got to me. He pauses, sticks a fresh cigar between his crooked teeth. Maybe a good leap of faith is just what the doctor ordered. Are you narrating? I feel like I want to offer him a light. I feel like that's a nicer thing to do. But also just cause like I don't want to bully him too much, but it's so easy. Okay, offer him a light. As he reaches into his pocket, you flash a lighter before his eyes. Or maybe you could use a healthy dose of unhealthy. For a split second, he gives you a puzzled look. Then he leans over to your lighter, puffing the cig as it catches fire. A wry smile comes back to his lips. Like you, kid. You might look like a used car salesman. You might look like a used car salesman, but this is just something about you. A used car salesman? Tell you what. I was just about to head back to the crime scene, take a look around, refresh my notes. You can tag along if you want to. You could use an assistant, someone to take notes and make wild assumptions for me to shoot down. Who knows? If you're any good, I might consider making this a long-term arrangement. Sounds good. Sure it does, kid. I'm the one who said it. He's funny. He's funny. He's funny. I like him. Just one more thing. You still got it. Me at a disadvantage here. Seems like you're the one done some digging on me, but with you, I barely scratched the surface. You catch my drift? So answer me this. Who was it that sent you into my neck of the woods? Or, in layman's terms, who do you work for? Sophie Langley. For the first time since you got here, the Nosferatu adopts a look of genuine surprise. His eyes wander for a moment, finally giving way to a crooked smile. So you're the one, huh? The fledgling, Toreador Dame spared. Yeah, that would make sense. Don't think she'd be appreciating you throwing a rame around. Thanks for being upfront, kid. Yeah, no, I chose the right accent for him. He definitely has the New York accent. Nobody says dame without the New York accent. One blink is enough for you to miss D'Angelo vanishing from his chair. But just when you're about to look around, he reappears right next to you. Up close, his smile is even more unnerving. Alright. Moonlight's burning. Let's go cracking. With a certain fascination, you watch D'Angelo stumble his way across West Brooklyn. Huh? Thank you. Thank you so much. Holy shit. Wow. Oh. Ah. Oh. Ah. Oh. Ah. Oh. Ah. Oh. Ah. Thank you, Dark. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Yes, I have a chair on my throne right now. There's not really many people. Well, I just am gonna say it anyway. Because I fucking broke my chair somehow. Just dumb. I don't know. Anyways. Thank you so much, Dark.
When we do ASMR tomorrow or next ASMR, I'll make sure you get a trigger and stuff. Oddly animated, incessantly scratching his face and neck, stopping every once in a while for a bout of mumbling narration. He most certainly is a sight to behold. Still, he seems to be getting around okay, and you take particularly note of the fact that he seems to be choosing darker, less frequented streets. There's definitely a method to his madness. Eventually, your leprous guide takes a sudden turn off Van Brunt Street and into a particularly dingy alleyway. The torn pieces of yellow police tape are a dead giveaway. This has to be the place. Well, here we go. Time for you to earn your stripes. This is where they found him. Drained dry, not a drop of blood in him. Before you ask, no, I didn't get to see the body, so I don't know if there were any bite marks. So, what can you tell me? You take a moment to examine the crime scene. Judging by the chalk outline on the pavement, the man was killed recently. Curiously, there doesn't appear to be a trace of blood or viscera. And you know, this city's cleanup crew is not the fast. That isn't the fastest. Or that thorough. Looking up, you notice a spray-painted sign on the wall. It reads, "The blood speaks," in big crooked letters. You look to D'Angelo. The Nosferatu gives you an expecting look.
Did you say the victim was drained dry? Because I don't see a trace of blood anywhere. Good eye, kid. It's the details that count. Given that the murder was committed right here, the victim didn't make a sound, we can therefore conclude that the killer was kindred. Bingo. Only a kindred could drain a human this quickly, this quietly. But not just any kindred. Take a look at that graffiti. What do you think that means? It seems desperate. My thoughts exactly. It's as if someone wanted to get a message across, but was too scared to stick around and write the whole damn book. So we got the abridged version. Tell me, if you were to guess, which clan would you say our killer belongs to? Oh!
Help, 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 help. This is actually, I have no idea. Because I don't have Vampire the Masquerade knowledge. What was it? The blood is what? The blood is something. It said the blood is something, but I don't remember. I already forgot what it was exactly that it said. Oh, man. Oh, shit. Okay, I don't know anything about thin bloods, so I'm not gonna go on a limb there. Malkavians seem more insane, but you can read the log. Oh, yeah. The log! The blood speaks. Yeah, that doesn't help me because I don't know much about the lore yet. I know that these bitches be hearing shit in their heads. Malkavians, they be hearing shit. They're crazy a little bit. These guys, I don't know really anything about them yet because I haven't interacted with any. And I don't know what Thin Bloods even is. Okay, Tremere Blood Wizards. The blood speaks? That makes sense. That maybe could be Tremere. I don't know. I don't know. I genuinely am not sure. Okay, Malkavians, maybe? Maybe? Maybe?
Maybe it's a Malkavian serial killer. They're pretty nuts, right? Nah, kid. The Moonies can be a bit playful, but there's a method to their madness. Leaves a certain aftertaste. This right here, this just reeks of desperation. Desperation! Thin Bloods! fuck! As soon as he said desperation again, I was like, oh no, it's Thin Bloods. Fucking hell, I'm stupid. He pauses, spits out the mangled remains of a cigar. Shit. Looks like we're gonna pay Lawson a visit. The Larson? The Thin Blood Primogen? No. Lawson, the bicycle repairman. Because the Thin Blood... Of course the Thin Blood fucking Primogen... No. Lawson, the bicycle repairman. Of course the Thin Blood fucking Primogen. Not sure if he knows what the killer is, but he could probably make an educated guess. Any case, we're doing him a favor. If it turns out one of his is violating the Masquerade, we'll put him in a hell of awkward position. I mean, shitting upside down awkward. This kind of weakness other Primogen would love to exploit. His position in the council is bad as it is.
He pauses for a moment and mumbles to himself, but it's too quiet for you to make out. Finally, he lights up a fresh cigar, takes a puff, and lets the smoke escape through his crooked smile.
Alright, kid. Let's get this over with.
Compared to the industrial ugliness of Red Hook, Sterling Place is quite a change of scenery. The heavily gentrified and pleasantly dull residential area emanates a sort of peaceful apathy that rich hipsters scoff at and blue-collar workers dream of. All of a sudden, the Nosferatu stops. It's almost like he was taking a deep breath, steeling himself for things to come.
This is the place.
With that, he points to a surprisingly nice-looking two-story house. The place is almost completely dark. Almost. You notice a dim light shining through the curtains of an upper-story window. It's probably safe to assume that the head of the family is working late, especially if the head of the family happens to be a vampire.
Okay, kid. Gotta be gentle about this. I'm talking velvet gloves, soft cushions. You rang, my lord. Gentle. We need to get Lawson out of there without making a fuss or letting his family see us. If we blow this, he'll shut down like a speakeasy on a raid night. Trust me, I know. Sounds like you two have some history. Sounds about right. That's a story for another time. Right now, stick to why we're here. Tell you what. How about you take the lead on this one? I'm curious to see how you handle it.
You take a step back and stare around the area. The lit-up window seems like a safe bet. No, it's just a matter of getting Larson's attention. His and no one else's. As you're trying to come up with a viable strategy, you are suddenly startled by a loud noise. It takes you a second to identify the sound as a dog's barking. It doesn't take you long to figure out where it came from, as a bearded man leading a Rottweiler on a leash comes into view. I need to feed. I do need to feed. This might be reckless, but I'm going to do it anyway. As you turn towards the man with the dog, D'Angelo gives you a worried look.
Kid?
Shushing him with a gesture, you plunge into the shadows and crouch behind a well-trimmed hedge. True to his word, D'Angelo follows your lead, though he doesn't seem too happy about it. You best not be thinking what I think you're thinking. You tense up, waiting for the man to get closer. When he does, you spring from the darkness, grabbing both of his arms and sinking your teeth into his neck. His blood gushes into your mouth, thick with surprise and laced with just enough fear. It's all so quick, and yet so sublime. The man goes limp. His best friend does not. The dog goes off on a barking spree that would make a dead man cover his ears. You tear away from your victim, ready to let the beast loose on the hapless canine. D'Angelo, however, is quick to curtail your murderous appetite. The detective approaches the animal, looking it straight in the eyes. He mumbles something under his breath, an oddly melodic whisper. Mesmerized by the chant, the dog grows quiet and lays on his back, allowing D'Angelo to pat his belly. Suddenly, you notice lights turning on in some of the houses. D'Angelo gives you an angry look and points to the unconscious man in your arms. Get him out of sight. Now. Heeding his advice, you hoist the man over your shoulder and carry him to the nearest bush. Just as you're getting up, a very unassuming and slightly unshaven man in a turtleneck approaches D'Angelo. He doesn't seem very happy to see him.
Are you fucking insane? I mean, I know you are, but this is nuts even by your standards, D'Angelo. You glance over to D'Angelo. He looks somewhat embarrassed, scratching the back of his neck, clearly trying to find the right angle to play this. Hey, Larson, sorry about the fuss, but we needed to get your attention. By feeding right next to my house? The hell is wrong with you? Get the fuck out of here. Relax, I didn't bleed him dry. Unlike your friend at Red Hook. Is that supposed to mean anything to me? D'Angelo, what is going on here? It's about the Red Hook murders. We think one of yours is responsible. Bullshit. A Dustborn's got enough trouble just staying alive out here. Could possibly make them openly violate the Masquerade. Desperation. Killer's been leaving messages. Whoever they are, think they know something. They just can't share it with anyone. I know it seems far-fetched, but it's the only way this puzzle fits together. No, I don't buy it. You're reaching. You're trying to find a scapegoat. Get in your boss's good graces. Word gets around, D'Angelo. Do you think I don't know who you're working for? Then help us clear your name. What have you got to lose? Everything. I've been a thorn in the council's side for a while now. This is just the excuse they need to get rid of me. And what if it turns out one of yours did it and you sat on your hands to protect him? You think the council won't jump on that? He looks off in the darkness, pondering his options. Lets out a heavy sigh. Look, I'll ask around. Consult my sources. If it turns out one of my owners is responsible, they will face justice. In the meantime, keep your deductions to yourself. I have enough trouble as it is. Deal. Good. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to get back to my family.
And with that, Larson retreats to the elusive safety of his home. You decide it's best to move along. You walk a couple blocks in utter silence. Even D'Angelo's mumbling seems to have taken a back seat. Oddly enough, you found his newfound reticence somewhat unnerving. Finally, the Nosferatu stops and turns towards you. Hell of a night. I don't know about you, kid, but I sure could use a drink. Something warm. In a tall, sweaty glass. But first, let me tell you a score. Let's see now. You did make a good first impression. I like someone who can talk themselves out of a tight spot. Talking's cheap. Bullets, not so much. You held your own at the crime scene. Nothing I hadn't figured out on my own, but hey, can't all be professionals. Finally, when the situation called for subtlety, you managed to avoid an unwanted situation. Discretion is what separates a private dick from any old dick. All in all, you did fine. Not fine, but not bad for your first case. Don't let it get to your head. I'll be in touch. Let you know if I hear from Lawson. Be ready to meet me at the office. He starts to move away, but suddenly stops and turns back towards you. And bring a notepad. Every good assistant should have one. Woo! Okay, well. That was interesting. That was very interesting. I had fun with that one. That was good. That was good. Thank you, Pasta, for the hydrate. Thank you, thank you. I'm gonna glorp. I was not sure who's all still here, because maybe we're locked in, or maybe we're tired. I'm not really sure. I know it's like kind of a long stream for me, but I wasn't sure. Excuse me. Thank you for the hydrate, Pasta. Ba 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 ba. Thank you, Miriam. I'm still here. I'm having fun still, so I'm probably gonna play for a little bit longer. Locked in and tired. That's fine. You can literally just like lay down, just close your eyes, and then I'll just narrate you.
with my silly. Doing all the guy voices is kind of straining my voice a little bit though. I'm not gonna lie. Doing like, cause it's like all guys, so we'll probably do one more night and maybe call it. I don't know. Have a sleep, so I'll watch the VOD tomorrow. Hell yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You're fine. You are totally fine. Um, if I close my eyes, I will sleep immediately. It's okay. If you guys need to sleep, go to sleep. I don't want you guys to stay here and stay awake just cause. You guys need to sleep. EPs. Big EP times. Night night, Mireen. Night night. We're gonna do one more night though, and then probably call it. And like I said, the VOD, the full VOD will be on YouTube by tomorrow, definitely. Mm 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 mm. Bow bow. Bow bow. I've been on like a fucking Fuamoko kick. I've been watching like a bunch of Fuamoko fucking clips, and I just bow bow, bow bow. I love them. They're so cute. For what? I want to chew on them. I want to shake their little heads. Give them shaken baby syndrome. Shaken baby bow. Shaken bowby syndrome. Shaken bow bow syndrome. Anyways, okay. Let me drink some water and lock the fuck in. Mm. Ah, okay. Alrighty. One more night. You're walking down the street towards your haven. In some other town, the sidewalks would be deserted by this time of night. In New York City, there's plenty of passers-by going about their business. It's easy to be paranoid when you're a vampire surrounded by a crowd of humans. The kindred have many enemies, and all of those enemies have one trait in common. They're invisible, indistinguishable from normal humanity. Other vampires, hunters, all look like people. Is that old man just a tired restaurant worker or a kindred thrall tailing your movements? Are the officers idly waiting in a patrol car, ordinary cops, or Second Inquisition specialists looking to end undead threats? This kind of thinking leads to madness, but you can't shake the feeling that someone is watching you. It's not the first time you felt like this. Following the queue of so many mortals around you, you stop at a street corner to casually survey your surroundings as if you were trying to remember which turn to take. You look around ostensibly at street signs, but in reality to see if someone was following you. Down the street where you came from, a crowd of young drunk men argue loudly about baseball. There's an indistinct figure standing behind them, almost impossible to notice. A woman? Probably. The men unconsciously move around her as they start to walk away, still mouthing off at each other. Whatever this is, it's probably something you have to take care of. Best case, someone is trailing you. Worst case, you'll be attacked and killed. Unfortunately, being undead has its limitations. The sun is coming up soon, and you'll burn to a crisp if you stay on the streets. You reach your haven and settle in for the day, disconcerted by the idea that someone might know where you sleep. Alrighty. As you wake, oh, I didn't even get an option. As you wake from your slumber and emerge from your haven for the night, you notice a familiar face on the other side of the street, standing on the corner and looking straight at you. It's Kaiser's lackey, whom you met recently, Jackie. He nods to you, encouraging you to approach. His hands are on the outside of his pockets, and he seems pretty relaxed. He's keeping his eyes on the street, though, as if making sure you're alone. He smiles awkwardly when you approach. Evening. Got something for you from a mutual friend. He produces a crumpled piece of paper from his jacket pocket and hands it to you. Read it. Memorize it, then give it back here.
It's a letter. The paper might just be a page ripped out of a spiral notebook, but the writing on it is exquisitely detailed and deliberate. It reads,
Time to square your debt with me. Go to the wine shop at 232 Mulberry Street and ask for the 1821 Special Reserve Donatello Negromaro. When they tell you they don't have it, say you are a Fidel Servitor de la Familia G. Those exact fucking words, and make sure you get the G. Right.
oh, he's Italian. How do I do an Italian?
Italian. Oh, meh, 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 meh. Okay. You'll get a.
I can't do it. I can't do an Italian accent. I can't do it.
It's a me, a Mario. You'll get a bottle. Just take it and leave by saying grazie. Don't ask how much it is or anything else. Just walk out. When you have it, come back to Jackie boy here and let him know. You done? Memorize that shit and hand it over. Letters. Passwords. It's all this fucking cloak and dagger nonsense. That's how the boss likes it. Who am I to argue? Just do what he says. You about done with the letter? Oh, I'm gonna have to remember that, and I already forgot it, so I'm gonna, I already forgot it. You have a chat log right there. Shut up. Don't mind me, just casually screenshotting that. Because I'm gonna need that for later.
You note the phrases and an address mentioned in the letter, then hand it. Hand the it. Hand the it. I'm gonna crash the fuck out. Hand the it back to Jackie. See? It costs so little money to just get a proofreader. They're not expensive. They work for dirt cheap. It is not expensive to get a proofreader. I can guarantee you that. He immediately reaches for a lighter and burns the letter, putting out the ashes with his boot.
So yeah, when you do what the boss asks, come back here so I can tell you where to go next.
Dude, I did not think I would be doing the New York accent this much because I thought, where are my British girls at?
I'll be in that alley over there. So find me when you have the item, whatever it is, I don't know. And the boss made it extra clear that I shouldn't care. So I don't. See ya.
He shuffles away and leaves you to pursue the lead from the letter. Time to pay a visit to Nolita. You arrive at the address mentioned in the note, not counting local restaurant patrons. The street is mostly empty at this time of night, but curiously, the wine shop is still open. Hello, the it. Samiko. The it. Thank you. The it. I can't have shit in this house. Thank you, though. Oh, that's funny. Oh, boy. Oh, my God. Thank you, Samiko. Inside, a small, middle-aged woman with curly hair stands behind the counter in front of a wall filled with wine bottles. There's a door at the back of the room with a small table and chair occupied by a man in a black faux leather jacket with slick, combed back hair. He's reading a newspaper but pauses when a little bell rings when you open the door. He takes a sip from a small, steaming cup and then gets back to his broadsheet. Good evening. How can I help you?
Wow. You've got such a big selection of wine. Say, you wouldn't have a bottle of the 1821 Special Reserve Donatello Negramaro, would you? She gives you a curious look. Let me check. She seems to be looking through a database on the laptop sitting on the counter. She puts on a polite smile. I'm afraid we don't have that one at the moment. Sorry. Hmm. Hey, you can trust me. I'm Fidel Servitor de la Familia G. She raises an eyebrow. Right. Let me check our stock in the back. The woman leaves the counter and goes through the doors in the back. The man by the side table puts down his newspaper and takes another sip from the cup, washing it down with a gulp of water from a nearby glass. Oh, to Laszlo Cravensworth. you, you know it's spelled with an S, right? You know it's spelled with an S, Dark. That's hilarious. Thank you. Thank you. You guys are ridiculous. You guys are fucking. You guys are funny. Oh, why did I get red? I read Laszlo's name and I get red. All I have to do is read Laszlo's fucking name, and my body just goes ah. Oh boy. He tries to hide it, but there's no doubt he's watching you. About a minute passes. Yes, it is SZ. Ooh. Chat the guy up? So, how's your evening so far? The man looks at you with a smirk but doesn't answer. The doors to the back of the store open and the proprietor emerges with a small, unlabeled, squat bottle of crimson liquid. She gives you an apologetic smile. Scusi. Sorry for taking so long. Turns out we did have it. She offers you the bottle, and you reach out to grab it, but she retracts it. You do know what this is, don't you? You focus your blood and immediately see both the people in the shop focus intently in on you and what you're about to say. I know exactly what this is, and I'm the right person to give it to. The woman makes a move to give you the bottle, but stops mid-gesture. No, I don't think so. The woman looks over to the guy at the table, and he stands up. You decide there won't be a better time and snatch the bottle from her hands. The man draws a gun from a side holster, and as you make a run for it, several more gunmen pour from the back door. Shots ring out, piercing your undead flesh, but you're fast and most miss their mark. By the time you make it onto the street and lose their pursuit, you see you have a few new bullet holes to patch up. The bottle is, thankfully, intact. You make your way back to the car cautiously and drive to your apartment. It takes you some time to find a parking spot, but you finally get out of the car and start looking for Jackie. He's not far from where you parted ways just under 2 hours ago. Got the goods? Got it, but it was a hassle. Oh, boo-hoo. Stick around, I gotta make a call. He takes a few more steps into a narrow space between two buildings and takes out the same high-tech phone you saw him carrying last time. Hey, boss. Yeah, they have it. Where do I point him to? Okay. Yeah, I'll tell him to go there right away. He puts the phone back in his pocket and turns to you. Willits Point. Half an hour, so you better step on it. See you around. With only a flippant salute, Jackie starts walking down the street. You make your way back to the car and drive. You had to push the speed limit to make it on time, but you're here. Willits Point is quite a change of scenery. The place is a post-industrial dump, and the nearby stadium notwithstanding.
You stop your car once you realize if you go any further down, the potholes will kill your chassis. You step out into one of the gashes in the asphalt, splashing in the ankle-deep water. Kaiser's limo is nowhere to be seen. In fact, the whole place is pretty much deserted, other than the apparent proprietor of a lonely bar, a middle-aged woman who's just locking the place up. This is too perfect an opportunity to not take advantage of. She's walking to her car, ready to call it a night when you sneak up on her. She's far too tired to resist your strong hold and swift bite. You can taste the caffeine in her veins, smell the cheap cigarettes in her hair, the old cooking grease in her clothes. She passes out, your assault, the closing note of a long day at work. You let her down gently and feel a pang of remorse. You pick up her car keys as she dropped and place her in the driver's seat. She'll find an explanation for passing out like this, for sure. Bright lights of the car pulling over down the road illuminate you as you close the door. It's a black limo. Kaiser is finally here, it would seem. Same as last time, the car doors open, but nobody comes out. You know the drill. This time, Kaiser is visible when you look inside. You sit down and close the door behind you.
Heard there was a shootout in Mulberry. I told you to stick to the fucking script, didn't I? You have the bottle, give it here.
You hand the bottle over to Nosferatu. He uncorks it gently, takes a whiff, and pokes the cork back in.
Yeah, that's the stuff. Can see you're useful beyond your charm and subtlety of a battering ram. Good to know. Here's Langley's precious address.
He passes you an envelope with what feels like a thick card inside.
Now we're even. Sure. Fledgling, if that's the way you want to see it. I'll send Jackie over if I need anything else from you. How about that? Time for you to get out, and now.
He waves you out of the car. With the envelope in hand, you get out, back to the torn asphalt and decrepit surroundings. The limo slowly drives away. Finally, you can return to Sophie and bring her what she wanted. Gregory lets you in. You hear a shrill, unpleasant laugh, and you realize Sophie's having a guest over. Thomas Arturo. You met him in Elysium a few nights back. That shriek is unmistakable. Ah, Sev. So glad to see you. Tell me, did you two have a chance to talk previously?
Thomas speaks up before you can.
Why, yes, of course. Such a good impression made, too. Langley clearly did the right thing by taking you under her wing. I'm sure she thinks so, too. Don't you, Sophie? I don't remember the voice I gave him. I do not remember. I'm sure she thinks so, too. Don't you, Sophie?
Why, of course,
Of course you do. Of course. Well, I must be going. I'll be sure to let Prince Panhard know your thoughts, Miss Langley. Word for word, or as close as I can remember them.
I appreciate it, Thomas.
You two enjoy your night now. Good night, Sophie, Sev, Greggy boy.
He gives you a sly smile. Sophie's driver opens the door for Arturo, and the guest steps out with a single wave of the hand towards his host and you. The doors close.
He's, quite the character, isn't he?
Yes, quite. But he has his uses. Thomas has clout in court and access to many juicy details on anyone from the prince to the lowliest primogen. It's useful to have him on your side, even if his eccentricity requires some patience. Speaking of patience, you've been putting mine to the test lately. Did you manage to contact Kaiser and acquire what I asked for?
Yes, I have it, but the data you offered was old news to him. I Had to do another job for him before he would give me the card.
She retrieves the envelope from you. I'm sure he did. I do hope it wasn't too much of an inconvenience.
The worst thing about his entire operation, Kaiser's just a huge prick. She chuckles. Why do you think I wanted you to deal with him?
I appreciate your sacrifice. I really do. She opens the envelope and looks at the card. This is random as all hell, but your British accent is pretty fucking... Thanks! I didn't live in London for a year for nothing. Her eyes widen. Oh, yes. Excellent. I need to call in some favors. I will likely be busy for the next few nights. You have my permission to show some initiative, my dear Charge. I will contact you soon. With that, Sophie ushers you outside, and you are left to do with the rest of this night's hours as you like. Holy shit, we still have hours. Well, we haven't seen her in a while. We're gonna go there. When you reach the cafe, you're welcomed by the familiar face of the waiter who first led you inside. You exchange looks and nods. He hides his vape pen in the back pocket. She's been expecting you. Something happened to her car, and she hasn't exactly left her room ever since. He scratches his head, shrugs, and gestures you to follow him. It's the same route as before. First, beyond the locked door at the end of the room with all the computers, and then into an endless gray labyrinth. Finally, you reach a door that would look like any other to a random bystander. Of course, by now, you know that Hope's haven lies beyond it. The waiter bids you adieu with an exaggerated bow and starts walking back to the cafe. You enter the familiar room. This time, the lights are on inside. Hope is inside, walking around nervously, overseeing every screen in sight. When she spots you, she wastes no time on introductions. Oh, Kara Montgomery. What do you know of her? You should have seen her in listicles, such as Top 5 Badass Women in Tech 2018, 12 CEOs who spark innovation through empathy, or 12 entrepreneurs with mysterious ties to Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein. Jesus. You don't get to voice your answer. The question was just a minor courtesy. She has a monologue to deliver, and she won't allow any interruption. 20 years ago, she was a failed .com investor. Now she's CEO of Double Spiral, a brand management startup working at the crossroads of a big data and influencer culture. The quotation marks are audible, dripping with venom. Long story short, she spent years convincing her Camarilla contacts, as in like out-of-touch old farts angry about smartphones, that Kindred can benefit from controlling the internet. Her IT goals have done a lot of research on deepfakes like AI and machine learning. Her goal is the ability to generate thousands of believably human online accounts. Basically an army of posters that could brute force like anything they wanted to the main discourse. The elders took a while to get the concept, but eventually Kara got their blessing. Probably Kara. The thing is, she claims her tech is ready to be tested, but it needs one final component to work properly, and that's why she pauses. She proposed a truce. Truce? What kind of truce? Oh, it's another name. God damn it. I need to do like different voices for all the different fucking personalities. The become my friend or face a violent death kind of truce. Not exactly fucking convincing if you ask me. But no matter how much I hate her guts, this is a blessing in disguise. Hear me out. She picked a public place in Manhattan, neutral ground where we can just meet without the fear that any other party might want to do something stupid and violate the Masquerade. She wants to just talk. You will go there in my place and listen to her terms. We won't accept them, of course, especially not after she just tried to kill us. But you will steal her voice and just walk away.
Steal her voice? What next? Will you trade her mermaid tail for legs?
Disney joke? Sweet. What's next? Will you hit me with a topical Harry Potter reference? I'm not trying to be obtuse here. Wait a second. Let me explain my plan. You see, there's only one way that we even get to have the odds. We have to hit Kara where it hurts. She's only got one weak point. Double Spiral Headquarters. Kara's the only person with access to every room. The security is something she came up with herself. It's like voice-based, but using a different password phrase every single time. That means just recording her talking is not enough if we want to get in. That's why I started selling illicit materials to people with access to advanced deepfake audio technology. I've got it right in this room, and now all I need to do is make a sample base that will allow me to manufacture a bot that talks like her. To monitor data, I need to stay behind. Still, I think the plan is pretty simple. You talk to her while wearing a wire. I process the recordings here to steal her voice, and voila, she's wide open. Then we invade Double Spiral, destroy it from within, and the evil is defeated. I become a part of your crew. Happy ending for everybody. How's it sound to you?
She wanted to talk to you. Why would she talk to me?
Yeah, she's too stuck up to talk to a totally normal rando, but given an opportunity to get Sophie Langley's hand on her side, and she won't let that pass her by. And even if you weren't like a minor celebrity in the city, I'm sure a connection would have been enough to hear you out. Hope shakes her head and claps her hands. When she speaks up, she sounds different, more spaced out, stuttering. Alright. Let me fix you up with the hardware. She hands you a minuscule earpiece and starts attaching a small decorative pin to your clothes, along with some masked wiring. It's a directional microphone. I can clean up the audio later, but keep it pointed directly at Kara as much as possible. Okay? All right. You put on the earpiece she gave you. It fits snugly deep inside your right ear. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. The hardware works flawlessly, and the audio quality seems great. You give Hope an affirmative sign with your hand. Beautiful! Kara designed the meeting to be at the vessel. You've heard about that place, right? It's right by the eastern end of the Lincoln Tunnel. A giant pile of staircases, basically impossible to miss. Manhattan's answer to the Eiffel Tower, or a gaudy monument to being ever so slightly free, depending on who you ask. I drive you there, but my car is still in the shop, and I don't want to be like risked being spotted by Kara's people, and I need to process the voice data from here. Which means I have a perfectly acceptable number of excuses for not letting myself get anywhere close to that demonic old hag. You involuntarily roll your eyes a little bit. Hope sits in front of her screens, pretending not to have noticed. So, should we get this show on the road or what? Ready whenever you are. No sense lingering here. You get back to the street and find your car. Wrapping up this show as quickly as possible sounds like a good idea. Around 30 minutes later, you're in front of the vessel. Hope's description, a giant pile of staircases, wasn't particularly helpful. From the distance, the building looks more like a giant honeycomb designed to swarm with tourist bees. At least during the day, that is. At the moment, this place is At the moment, the place is closed to the general public. A few men who look vaguely threatening and out of place are making sure nobody unwanted gets in. However, you have no problem getting up the stairs. All it takes is an exchange of knowing glances with one of the guards. You're expected. A lone figure appears in your sight, staring down at the streets of Manhattan.
You know, city people often complain about being unable to see the starry skies, but I always thought the real tragedy was how they're unable to appreciate the man made sea of lights that surrounds them. You can teach people a lot of things, but you can't teach them how to see, huh?
You recognize that face from Hope's phone. Finally, you meet Cara Montgomery in the flash. In the flash! In the flesh. She turns to you, puts on a wide smile, and shakes your hand with a firm grip. Period. Firm grip, period. Mind you. Firm grip, period.
First, a representation of Sophie Langley. Now a representative now a representative of Hope? Not the way I developed my own career, but I gotta say, not many neonates get around the way you do.
Hardy fucking har. Hope speaks up in your ear for the first time, seething with contempt. Although Kara couldn't possibly have heard her, she immediately goes on to address her absence.
Can't say I'm surprised to actually arrive here. What? Holy, what? I'm making up words. Can't say I'm surprised. Surprised! No! Can't say I expected her to actually arrive here with you or instead of you. On the other hand, I'm sure every single word I say will instantly be relayed to her, so. Chinese Democrat is crazy. And for the first time in forever, your empty blabbering will serve an actually useful cause. So let me make this clear before we cut out everybody but the middleman for a while. Okay.
She takes out her phone and taps the touchscreen. In a few seconds, the barely perceptible buzzing sound in your ear disappears completely. You can't hear Hope anymore. It's probable she can't hear your voice right now either, which would mean she must be busy raging and cursing out everything in her sight at the moment. This obviously wasn't something she expected to happen. Could it be that Kara saw through your plan? You have to play it cool and see what happens next.
Knowing Hope, you've probably heard whatever scraps can be Googled about me and a pile of insults for good measure. Well, obviously, I know everything that there is to be known about you as well, Sev. I don't believe we have a need for formal introductions, but first off, let me apologize for the discomfort my former employee has caused you. I wasn't remotely aware of his planned actions against Hope. I fully condemn them. I'm glad to see you unharmed, and of course, applaud your swift disposal of the psycho. Langley chose you well.
Brief silence.
So, let me cut to the chase here and present myself in the best way I know how through my ideas. Who do you think has a monopoly on reality?
Not much for small talk, is she? Who do you think has a monopoly on reality?
Corporations. Corporations do. That's a fairly typical answer. Very 21st century sounding. Have they succeeded in replacing the state here, though?
She signals to someone behind you. For a while, you've been watched by Kara's men who circle around the staircases, presumably her ghouls. One of them sets off downstairs.
You know, Bolivia just had a military coup. Hundreds of new accounts posting about nothing but Bolivian politics in English, set out to convince every random person online that the US wasn't to blame. Sloppy work, if you ask me. Now, imagine this. A 17-year-old K-pop fan from Ohio writing an entire thread about how her relatives in La Paz are actually glad the president is gone. A film reviewer with a side interest in politics selling you a CIA-approved narrative about Evo Morales. An approachable fitness guy explaining the situation to you in simple terms, just like it is.
Animated voice, expressive gestures, and steady eye contact. She's taught herself how to project a good image, but isn't a natural yet. At times, it feels as if she's screaming at you to trust her.
It's not hard to emulate the masses. Reach out to one of those Eastern European troll farms and bang! A few hours later, you have a clone army that will instantly voice their support for any fucking cause.
You will spread their message, but you won't foster a new culture that serves your goals, won't masquerade your messaging as independent thought. For that, you need personalities, not the masses. But the ability to emulate personalities, a whole different ballgame. Not a craft, but an art. You need to understand your fabrication so deeply that you start to hate it and then learn to love it. And if you want to make a bunch of these personalities follow one agenda, you need to serve a once-in-a-lifetime team to achieve like that. A like-minded artistic collective, both ambitious and obedient. Even though you can't hear Hope's voice in your ear right now, you could swear you hear her in Kara's speech. It's the exact same tone she was using when monologuing in the car. One of them must have been a big influence on the other. Or perhaps they used to be in a position where they both shaped each other's personas. Hard to say. Only one thing is for sure. And that is, Hope must be absolutely furious right now. Is it possible that Kara knew about her plot? Fingers crossed she doesn't.
The state is satisfied when an account that went unused for 5 years suddenly starts yelling imperialist propaganda into the void. The aging corporations are too set in their ways. But imagine a fresh startup, that enables proliferation of ideas adjacent to the prince's plans for the future. Now imagine it getting into bed with the biggest corporations and the biggest agencies. So many unlives that could be improved or even saved from the raids of First Light. I have the infrastructure. I have the elder support. All I need is a mastermind at the center of it all.
You mean... Yes, Hope.
She looks down and takes in the scenery below for a while. Then she points at her t-shirt, the one piece of clothing that clashes with the rest of her outfit.
You know, I'm a huge fan of punk. That was so cringe. The leading idea of my company, Double Spiral, is to make everything I do a little bit punk. I'm all about clashing ideas. I'm all about disruption.
You blink a few times in quick succession. Oh, God, you think to yourself. She's that kind of person. You saw a lot of them in your old life. Another rich idiot who thinks that deals are an art form too. Hell-bent on perverting the meaning of any piece of actual art that hasn't been thoroughly ruined by the art-hating dystopia that surrounds you. You collect yourself and escape from memory lane. Kara started talking about Hope, so you better listen.
To me, Hope is like as punk as it gets. A free spirit, fiercely independent, and eternal, contrarian, at odds with everything and everyone, developing her talents just because she finds it joyful. But God, does this girl need guidance? Not putting her talents to better use, rotting away, posting insane bullshit, inane bullshit's even meaner. Inane bullshit all the time. A waste. What a waste. I've built an environment specifically to develop her talents and let her become indispensable to our society, but she rejects it because of these idiotic hang-ups. I don't expect you to change your mind about me just because I kept yapping and yapping, but I just hope that you'll keep my perspective in mind and serve as the voice of reason Hope really needs right now. Now that I've had my say, how will we put the girl back on?
She taps on her phone again. A quiet buzz reappears in your right ear. Ooh! Yeah, so she absolutely knows what she's doing here. Like, this is 100% intentional.
Hope, you there?
Kara smiles devilishly while Hope releases a demonic guttural growl through your headphones. Yeah, sure. Let her know her hunch was right on the money. Why the hell not? She's not happy with you, but the important thing is she's with you.
Don't worry. She should have heard everything. I just wanted to spare you an annoying commentary track while I introduce myself. Excuse me for a second.
One of Kara's guards approaches to show her something on his phone. Hope uses a distraction to get you up to speed with how things are on her side. Yeah, for a second there, I was about to rage on that hag that has gotten better than any of us, but hey, go figure. She just wanted to take a piss on my Cheerios. The plan worked. I have a lot of data from her monologuing and some private resources, but the more we gather, the better. Despite some here says some more K letters could be useful. So don't beat yourself up about it if you will, but you might want to make her repeat something with K in it. That might improve our deepfake voice.
Looks like Kara's done talking to the guard. Sorry about that. Looks like I've got to attend a sudden meeting with a Google representative shortly. Hope snorts.
Not bragging though.
By the way, does anybody but Hope know about this little rendezvous? Your patron or any other companion or maybe Nosferatu?
Should I be honest? Did I tell Sophie that I was going? I didn't even tell Sophie. I don't think anybody knows that I'm meeting with them. I don't think anybody knows. I think I'm genuinely being honest. I don't think anybody knows. I think. I'm scared. Nobody.
Nobody. It's just us. Should I have told anybody?
Wait, what do you mean, well, whelp? I asked. I gave you a minute to say something. You didn't say anything. That's not my fault.
Maybe. Maybe not. It says a lot about your personality, that's all. Wait, does somebody know? I didn't tell Sophie. And the Nosferatu definitely don't know. Anyways, no offense, but since Hope's not here, I really have to rush. Honestly, I felt a little insulted that she set this up with this meeting and didn't even bother to show up. Wait, I could have lied about the Nosferatu and got her to say Kaiser over and over again? Was that what I was supposed to do? Was I supposed to get her to say Kaiser a bunch of times?
Insulted and suspicious, her tone of voice betrays her. She might have had some good instincts. Too bad she didn't trust them here.
Still, out of respect for Langley, I decided to have this talk with you to explain why I'm an asset to the Camarilla and to explain why the elders need Hope by my side.
What the worm-brained hag forgot here to mention is that the elders don't give a shit about me.
Even if you don't see it my way now, I'm sure some seeds here that might sprout in the I'm sure I've sown some seeds here that will sprout in the near future. Double Spiral looks out for people who look out for it. That's all I'm saying. But before I leave, there's one thing I wish I knew. Back when I knew her, she was a different person, or different people, depending on how you look at it. Why does she fight against me so much? What's her motivation to resist me so much?
What's her motivation? Good question. She's never shared it with you.
Answer what you want, but A, you better lie through your teeth, and B, get her to say V a few times if you can. It might improve a few shortcomings of our deepfake software. What's your answer? V. Oh no, man.
Dark help. Dark help. I'm about to end for the night. As soon as this night's over, I'm ending, so please just help me. Please just help me. I'm begging you. I need help. Survival? I feel it's got a lot of V's in it. V. Got a lot of V's in it.
Wow.
Survival. Kara snorts. Spare me. If she wanted to just keep pulling through, she'd have a much better chance by my side. Pride or spite would be far more believable an answer. She should have told me
You either don't know or don't trust me.
Survival. V times 2. Good attempt at least. One of Kara's people interrupts with a theatrical cough. Kara gestures to him to calm down. I really need to go now. See you around, Sev. She begins to walk down the stairs, surrounded by her guards. Once she's gone from your eyes, Hope decides to summarize your mission. For the love of Christ! Wish you could have just kept her droning on for a little longer, since the T letter could have used some improvements as well. Not complaining though, you did good, and don't worry, the data I have should be more than enough to generate a convincing deepfake. I just need to put in some more work. So I guess I'll get to that right away. Enjoy the rest of your night. Drop my hardware at your haven when you get a chance. I'll let you know when we're ready to hit Kara's base of operations. Pray for my success, sweetie. I might be done soon. Maybe even tomorrow. And once we're done with her, we'll talk about how I can repay your generosity. Amen! Connection drops. Looks like that's all for now. You gaze at the sea of lights around you for the last time and then start making your way back to street level. Okay! Alrighty, y'all. I think we are wrapped up for today. I think we're wrapping up. I think we're done. I think we're done ski. This was really fun. Again, I fucking love this game so much. I am having so much fucking fun with this game. I'm having so much fun with this game. Like, and I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I have fun playing it, so... we're basically ending at exactly the same amount of time as last time, which is nice. So clearly I have a very specific oh, my nail just popped off. I have a very specific stamina level, clearly. Yeah. This was really fun. Shit. Captivated the show. Thank you! We'll be doing it again on Thursday. Next Thursday, we'll do another Vampire Night. We're doing Vampire Thursdays. That's our new thing. So... I am planning on doing ASMR. Okay, so tomorrow I want to do the Minecraft movie as our movie night, but I also kind of want to stream ASMR also. So I'm kind of torn if I want to do like maybe like an hour and a half stream and then do the movie night, maybe. But we'll talk about it in Discord. We'll talk about it in Discord. You guys know me. I like to hang out in Discord, so. Alrighty, guys. Ow, ow. Ow, my fingy. I will talk to you guys very soon. And I will have this VOD up on YouTube probably, if not tonight, then tomorrow morning. So, yes, I will see you guys later. Probably no raid, just because all my friends are ASMR artists and I don't want to, I don't know. I'm weird. I'm shy. So, we are just gonna go ahead and end. Thank you so much for being here, guys. I had a... Oh, Vixen's playing a game? Is she really? Oh, Hollow Knight. Okay. Perf. There we go. We will go ahead and do that. That sounds good. Ba 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 ba. Give us your blood. Thank you, Des. Oh my god, we got a Des raid message for the first time in a long time. Let's fucking go. Give us your blood, bro. That actually makes me so happy. Holy shit, I've missed those. I missed those too. I've missed them so much. Oh my god. Okay, well, I will see you guys tomorrow. If it's not for ASMR, probably will be, because I should do that. I should definitely do that. But we're also going to do Minecraft movie tomorrow. We're 100% doing Minecraft movie tomorrow no matter what, so yeah. Ow, my finger. Alrighty, guys. Good night, good night, good night. Have good eepies. Have good sleepies. Have good rest. I will see you all tomorrow. As always. Knocking shit over. Okay. Alrighty, ready.